Give a flying fuck what he thinks. I'm an internet god. My name is Joe Cronin.
We're listening to the Joe Cronin Show.
Hello everybody there. Right there on the Joe Cronin Show. The hardcore legend Mick Foley.
You're watching The Joe Cronin Show with Joe Cronin. Personality, insight, and insanity. Wrestling talk with attitude.
This is my dear, loyal lieutenant, Brother Cronin. He's a good man.
How about this? If you're going to call the show, grow a sack. If I offend you, fuck you. Welcome into the Smackdown review. Are you ready? Let's get the cornet ready. Give me that cornet intro. Give me that cornet intro.
Joe, if you're listening, you stupid fuck. He looks like one of those guys that from Long Island that wants to be a white rapper, but he's 30-something years old, lives in his parents' basement with the droopy cap and the whatever, but he thinks he's Howard Stern, and he's got a cool way of talking in the microphone, and he's a shock jock or whatever, and somehow or another he accumulates followers on Twitter. It's fucking pathetic. So please, nobody listen to anything involving a guy named Joe Cronin, because it's just so fucking sad.
What the fuck is up, wrestling fans? How are you guys doing? I just got demonetized for dropping the F-bomb, but I don't give a shit, bro. I don't give a shit. We'll start every show off with talking about how Cornette lied about not knowing who I was. We'll talk about it every time. I'll expose him. I love doing it. Real quick, couple programming notes. It's amazing that the wrestling channel is still killing it over on Joe Cronin Show. I dropped a video today about Cena. Make sure you guys saw it. I want to let you know that pretty much I release a video every day. Probably. Every day at least. So make sure that you just check my channel all the time because alerts never work right. I pretty much try to upload something on Patreon every day as well. So check Patreon every day because some of you guys noted you had to reset the alerts and then we'd be good. Of course, Daniel Bryan can't wrestle in ladder matches, so pretty much everybody knew Rusev was winning. However, winning, I sounded just like Charlie Sheen right there. I swear to fucking God. Winning.
Tiger blood.
But I got to tell you, I thought for sure that Big Cass was going to come out and fucking kick him in the head. But I guess Big Cass got arrested earlier for beating up Cena. So, no, I'm just kidding. But no, I don't know. I don't know why they didn't have Big Cass attack Daniel Bryan at the end. I thought that would have been perfect. But maybe there's something...
Well, they wanted to make it look like all the damage that was done to him, you know, between the Greatest Royal Rumble and then their match is what cost Daniel Bryan.
But I get that, but why? Why not just have Cass come out and cost him instead?
You would think, but I guess they're trying to play up the angle that, you know, he's destroyed Daniel's chances at the briefcase by all the beatings he's given to him.
That just seems... I don't know, man. It just seems way stupid. Yeah, I don't know. It seems dumb. It would have been better to me if... You know, Big Cass came out of nowhere and then kicked Rusev and he got disqualified and then he attacked Daniel Bryan and beat the shit out of him. And then they just had a match. Why would they have him just be like, oh, he just loses to Rusev? But I mean, it's good for Rusev. And half the fans were chanting for Rusev, which I just find hilarious when, you know, a couple of years ago, I feel like Daniel Bryan came back 1 year, if not 6 months too late. I feel like if Daniel Bryan had come back before he became the GM or whatever, or before he really, like, I don't know, it's like something got lost. WWE got what they wanted. They killed his buzz. It's incredible to me. By the way, I had a 1-hour podcast with Onision today. It's going to be up on Patreon for all you patrons, probably by tomorrow. So we got Justin Credible, that That's coming on to Patreon for you guys. It's a dark podcast. It's fucked up what this guy said. It's an hour long. It's certainly going to make the dirt sheets when it comes out because he's in a dark place. Talking about bodies being buried places and shit. Fucking weird. So Just Incredible is going to be up. Onision's up. Onision's a wrestling fan. I thought that was bizarre. I had no idea. I thought he was going to be like...
Yeah, I knew that. I used to watch his channel, eons ago, and then he kind of fell off the wayside and...
I had no idea.
Turned a little crazy.
Yeah, a little bit weird, but aren't we all? And I mean, I certainly am.
Just
I'm fucking,
a wee bit,
I'm a bizarre one. And I got along with him hugely. We had a fucking great podcast. We didn't have any weird moments, really. We just back and forth. Me and him could do shows, I think, all day long.
I can't wait to hear this. I am very, very intrigued.
I put up a clip of him talking about Jacqueline Glenn, and you guys probably don't care about that, but it's up there on Corrupted. So, guys, make sure you sub all 3 of my channels. Corrupted here, you're already here, so hit the sub button down below if you're new. Hit the like button if you can, whatever the fuck. Go over to my wrestling channel, which is youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. And you can sub my gaming channel, youtube.com/JCS Gaming. All 3 of my YouTube channels, want to sub them all. And, of course, twitch.tv/Joe Cronin JCS. We'll be playing Fortnite tonight. We're playing Fortnite tonight, motherfucker. And then we're playing maybe PUBG. So it's going to be a good night tonight. Let's get back to SmackDown. I really thought, man, should have had Cass come up. And I don't know why he didn't come out.
I think maybe, I don't know. I didn't quite hate what they did because they really tried to have commentaries sell all the previous injuries of Daniel Bryan. And you saw him at the end, after he did the yes kicks and the drop kick, he just couldn't keep up. And they tried to emphasize the fact that he lost a step because of all the bruising and the chops to his chest.
I get that story. I like what they did, but I just think that it's weird that they didn't have Cass just come out and attack him. I mean, it seemed like that. I mean, maybe that's why they didn't do it, because this seems like more out of left field or something.
It feels like they're doing everything they can to make Daniel Bryan not feel special. That's kind of the problem that I'm feeling here. You made a good point, and I didn't want to interject yet, but you said like it was 6 months too late. I don't think it's too late at all. I just don't think that they're handling him properly at this point.
Right.
He should be Lesnar-esque, Lesnar-light. He should still be there, but he should be a big draw. When you see Daniel Bryan wrestle, it should be a big reason or semi-important. You can still have him week to week on shows, but I would have made him, at least in the initial run with him, made him feel more like a spectacle. Yeah, it's amazing. He came back from retirement.
Well, they kind of booked him like they're booking Lashley, so...
Yeah, who's ever done that before? Who's ever been able to say that they were forced into retirement and then, took these incredible, series of treatments and was able to come back? It's never been done, so...
other than Shawn, this is, to me, this is like Shawn Michaels coming back. He never thought.
Shawn was gone for, 4 years?
The only other person that could come back that would be insane to me, I'd be like, oh my God, would be Edge. That's the only other person that could possibly come back, I think. Maybe Bret Hart, too, although he kind of did. But, yeah, Bret Hart and Edge, because Bret Hart definitely can't come back. There's just no way he could ever come back. He's old now anyway. He's too old. But, Bret Hart and Edge are the only 2 people left on the table that I'd be like, oh my God. And you could probably put CM Punk on that list too when he comes back. If he comes back, which he probably will, I would think. That would be a kind of oh shit moment too. But it's definitely Edge's first,
Yeah, that's for sure. But I just would have handled him differently entirely with the way they've run things. I like that Rusev won though. I'm all about Rusev Day, and if they're gonna go ahead and give him a chance, I'm all for it. You know what they're doing?
But
too?
You're all for Rusev. Wait a minute, but you're all for Rusev Day, but you're upset that they don't book Daniel right. So it's like really you're choosing two here.
No. I'm happy Rusev won. I would have had Daniel in this match tonight. I would have done what you said with having Cass come out. I appreciate that they tried to do something different. I don't feel like it worked 100%.
They would never do that to Roman. I don't know if they'd ever do that to Roman. But they were
absolutely not. Roman would have to be held down by Jesus Christ himself to lose in that kind of match.
Anybody else think this was a troll on the fans where it's like, oh yeah, you like
Rusev? The whole night felt that way, and that's kind of what I was getting at. Is it's almost like Rusev's not part of the new guard. But it felt like they're, between last night and today, they're letting a lot of their new talent get a chance at the ladder matches.
Like Becky? Holy shit. What was that?
Ember Moon, then Mandy Rose, and then, it seems like maybe they're letting some of the new stars actually step up.
Jesus.
But then again, these could all just be filler spots. I mean, imagine if Rusev won the Money in the Bank.
People would go nuts.
People would shit themselves, rightfully so. That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like either one of their ships has entirely sailed at this point. I certainly think that they can still cash in on Rusev Day. I don't think he's beyond reproach at this point.
Let me hit up somebody just donated. I want to see what they have to say. Let me hit this up, see if I can trigger your shit too while I'm doing it. And was your video not working? You got a problem?
Yeah, for some reason it keeps saying play XSplit.
Could be me. Could be me too. Oh yeah, I know about that. You got to go in and change the video settings. It sucks. Yeah,
I had done that, and it doesn't want to play ball.
Oh yeah, I'll play your balls. All right, here's the donation. Let me see here. Let's see what we got. You guys can donate down below. Let's see what we got. We got Alexa Sweetass. Watch out, Ty Dillinger. Buddy Murphy, your woman are next. Sincerely, John Cena Cock. Well, Alexa Sweetass. Thank you, Alexa Sweetass, for dropping that donation. And appreciate it, Alexa Sweetass. Yeah, I talked about this on Joe Cronin Show YouTube channel. I put a video up. Guys, go watch it if you missed it later on. About John Cena hooking up possibly with Carmella. A bunch of other stuff there. Thank you, Alexa Sweetass. Now I'm going to try to help Jake out with this by calling in here. Thank you, Alexa Sweetass. And yeah, if you guys want to donate tonight, the link is down below in the description box down there under Streamlabs. All the donation amounts are also listed at the bottom. And you can also super chat over there, and we'll display your super chats tonight if you have questions that you want to ask.
A show without tag matches. Holy shit, it's been 1,000 years. Aside from the women's matches, the show was great. Fuck done for burying Becky though. 7/10.
Wow. 7 out of 10. Damn. Dad of Boy. Thank you, Dad of Boy, for $5 and becoming a $5 ShiBUM. It's a pretty good rating. You know, after talking to Justin Credible the other day on the phone, he was not the biggest fan of Kevin Dunn either. He wasn't too happy with Kevin Dunn. I found that kind of funny. But anyway.
Oh my god, I'm so
shit.
Horny. Oh my god, I'm so fucking horny. Oh my god, I'm so fucking horny. Happy fucking birthday. Oh my god, so fucking horny. Oh my god, so horny. Oh my god, so horny. Happy birthday. Oh, honey, honey, honey. Donation time.
Yeah, I just did that.
Put it in my round bum.
Oh yeah. You guys got to see this video, man. It's a great movie.
Yo, how about SmackDown tonight? Pretty good opening match with Miz sneaking out with the win. Mandy Rose, Peyton Royce, and Billie Kay looked hot as fuck. Holy damn, full on raging stiff one for them all.
I agree.
Cesaro, nice twist with Rusev winning.
Cesaro.
SD greater than Raw. 7/10.
7/10. Wow, I didn't like it that much. Just call me Luke. Thank you, bro.
I'll take my dick out right now. I'm Seanzviews Entertainment.
You know, I kind of thought it was all right tonight, but I didn't love it like that. Damn, 7 out of 10. What do you guys give it in the chat? Let me know.
I will show you my penis. I'm Seanzviews. Don't screw with me, or else I'll show you.
By the way, Luke, thank you for the donation, Luke, man. Love you, bro.
Do you want to see my dick? Do you want to see my dick?
My voice is jacked up.
Nice new Streamlabs, Joe. Ending was 10 out of 10. The disappointment on Daniel Bryan's face is every WWE fan with common sense who watches the weekly product. What is worse, a Mahal versus Reigns, or a Corbin versus Reigns feud? Choose your demise wisely, young Veronica.
Oh my god, dude. The Goon. Goon, thank you for the donation, Goon. Dude, I would die. I just don't ever want to see Roman Reigns versus Baron Corbin. I will just leave. I won't even watch it. I will not watch that. Fuck that. No chance in hell. By the way, Onision told me when he stopped watching WWE recently, like when it was. When do you think, Jake, that Onision stopped watching WWE? And just take a
when
wild guess.
CM Punk left.
Ding, 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 ding.
Damn.
Onision says that in the podcast earlier, so that will be up for you guys soon on Patreon. If you guys are patrons, full 1 hour podcast with Onision. It's a good one.
I'm not entirely surprised. That's when a lot of people
say that,
up.
which is weird. Which is weird because the Daniel Bryan thing was pretty cool, and my voice is jacked up, guys. I know it. So I did a podcast on Onision. I did Just Incredible the other day. I did an interview on someone else's show today. I fucking did some news videos. I yelled at some kids all day. So my voice is jacked up still. It's all from the Bruins game, goddammit. By the way, if you guys like the show, feel free to stick the thumb up my ass. Click that like button. What's up to Hubert Jackson in the chat, dude? What's up, bro? And what's up, everybody else? Stacy Dillard's still in the house. Manny Rose is awful, he says.
Really?
She really is. She really improved, though. She went from like piss poor to like... I think much improved, man. I mean, she went
from Eva Marie to a step above Carmella in my book.
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes she looks a little bit like a foot soldier in there, and by that I mean, just a little bit weird. By the way, Bo just pledged $10 on Patreon. Bo, thank you for that, bro. You're going to get everything now. $10 on Patreon is going to get you about 8 hours or more of bonus content a week. So, Bo, shout out to Bo for pledging on Patreon, Bo. Appreciate that shit. Bo! So, Jake, what else did you take from SmackDown tonight? Now I'm going to put your video on, too, your sexy ass.
There we go. I got it to work. I like the fact of The Miz winning. Pretty much all the victories tonight, there was
huh? What a way to win.
Yeah. It was a smooth victory, and for the most part, it was a really, really good match overall. He hits the swanton, and then Miz just rolls it up into a crucifix pin. And it was like, holy shit. You figure that was it. He hit the swanton after the twist of fate. 1, 2, nope, and he rolls him up. And I was like, damn, that's poetic.
I appreciated the shit out of that, dude. I appreciated the fact that I don't see that much. He hits the swanton, Miz is like, on the 1, 2, and then he rolls him over real quick. Gets the pin, then he sells that he's hurt afterwards a lot. Some people would say they weren't happy that, Miz sort of no-sold it by being able to do that and makes the swanton look weak. But, I thought it was great. I think, Miz could say, he seemed to hit me a little bit lower than usual, and it didn't take as much out of me as I've felt that thing before. And, once I felt, I said, I'm going to try to tip him over, and I tipped him over, and Hardy was out of position. I just love that, man. No one expected that, I don't think, at all.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I mean, you hit the twist of fate, you're like, all right, maybe he'll get the swanton. But once he nails the swanton clean, that's it.
You know, Jake, what's even crazier is when he did that quick little dip, the camera angle, made it look like he actually was about to kick out. And you're like, oh, my God, he's kicking out of the swan. Oh, my God, he rolled him over. And then all of a sudden it was 1, 2, 3, and it was like,
and they
holy
caught the camera
shit!
Angle perfect on it. I'll give him credit for that too.
Yeah, it wasn't Seth it wasn't Seth versus the Miz, but it was a good match, a decent match.
Yeah, certainly. Didn't hold a full candle to Sunday's performance, but still damn entertaining. And it wasn't a reversal of a finisher into another finisher, so that's what made me appreciate it even more. Typically, the only time you see someone get out of a finisher like that is into their own. So.
Right. I liked it, man. I give that match like a 7 out of 10 or something like that. 6.5 out of 10, something like that. Great finish, though.
Yeah, I'd be 7, 7.5. I mean, they really, they did well for an opening for SmackDown.
Yeah, shit. Take us through the rest of the night. I'll let Jake steer us because, I could do the whole show, but I would be all over the place. Jake will steer us better.
I think Miz definitely needed to win here, too. I mean, he's suffered a few defeats recently, losing the IC title,
right,
and then losing all the rematches. He lost at the Greatest Royal Rumble, then he lost at the Backlash pay-per-view on Sunday. He needed a way to elevate himself here, and Jeff already has the U.S. title. So he can still be on the Money in the Bank pay-per-view defending the belt,
right,
while Miz now gets to go for the ladder match. So excellent booking decision there. Then we lead into backstage, and we see Nakamura with Renee. And
that was funny.
He forgets how to speak English again. And I enjoyed it. It was a little bit of the same, but still, it was nice to hear what he had to say. He spoke well into the mic. You were able to understand him clearly. He was a bit funny. He's pretty sarcastic. I like this coy heel version that we're seeing of him right now.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
It works. You know, it does. It works.
Yeah, no, I think it does. I liked it. I really, Leah saw the whole thing and told me I had to watch the whole thing. She's like, no, you got to watch the whole thing. Because I only saw the end when he's like,
see it.
He's like, I only speak English.
No English. I forgot, you know.
Yeah.
He said he's not done with AJ, which we knew. I'm curious what we're going to see from these two next. But then we had the sighting of all fucking sightings. I almost had a heart attack. We got not just a sighting, but a promo from Ty Dillinger. You know, he made his perfect 10 comparison to the match, and it didn't really fit, you know, but we got him to make a promo on SmackDown, so that's something. The Perfect Dark match was actually on TV for once. I was surprised.
Yeah. What was that about? It was weird. But it was only, wait a minute, he didn't have a match tonight, did he?
No. He just had that little promo.
That was nothing. That don't mean shit.
I'm just surprised we even saw him do that.
We only saw him because they were like, they're doing that thing right now where they're like, grab your cell phones and make videos.
Yeah, do the selfie promo. And I can't stand these usually. I didn't like his. I was just surprised that we saw him.
Oh, there's so many of these. Yeah, it was weird. I looked over at 1 second. I saw him on the TV, and I was like, oh, man. Hey, look, Ty Dillinger. Oh, it's a cell phone video. Oh, whatever. You know,
I got kind of excited at first until I realized, yep, they're just using him as a mouthpiece. So then we lead into Charlotte coming out. We had the Iconics make their way to the ring, and they, again, belittle and attack Charlotte verbally before the physical nature of them two kicks in. I liked their promo back and forth. I thought it was amusing. You know, wasn't the greatest we've heard from them two. I mean, obviously they've done better in NXT, but Billy's telling a story about her uncle who had a bad stutter, and when he saw Charlotte's face and the way she lost at the pay-per-view, he laughed in hysterics, and it cured his stutter. You know, so it was a bit of a funny story. Said she wanted to bottle her agony and call it disappointment, make it a fragrance. I like them too. You know, the chemistry between them is impeccable. They work so well together, and you feel like they are really best friends. The way they finish each other's sentences, and they have the same mannerisms. So, and I was, for the most part, impressed with the match. I had hoped that Charlotte would lose here. I didn't want to see her defeat Peyton, but Charlotte needed to win. She's coming off of several losses herself.
This match pissed me off, and I loved it at the same time. Because here's my criticism of Peyton Royce. Peyton Royce is so goddamn good at selling sometimes. I love Peyton Royce's charisma and agility is so high. And she sometimes does a really good job of selling. Not all the time, but a lot of times she's very fluent. She's like a female Shawn Michaels sometimes. But my criticism of her is sometimes she gets a little lazy, and especially on offense, she does not put enough into her offense. Peyton Royce does such a great job of flopping around everywhere and making things look good when she gets slapped and stuff. In many ways, she's more like charismatic and fluent than Charlotte is. Charlotte's a little more stiff-seeming. So if Peyton Royce could sell like she does, but go on the offense like Charlotte does, she'd be amazing. But her offense is so wishy-washy, half-assed sometimes. So Peyton Royce, as a seller in wrestling, I think is like one of the better of the women. But Peyton Royce on the offense, she looks like she puts half into her shots and things that she does. So that was irritating me. And in this match, they had some great moments, some good moments, and then they had some very botchy-looking moments. And it went back and forth from, that's really good, oh, that's really bad, that's really good. So in the end, I had to give the match maybe a 5 or 6 out of 10. But it's like I liked it, though. I did like it, but I only kind of liked it. It could have been a little bit better.
I get what you're saying there, and it almost felt like it was kind of Charlotte's miscue for timing for some of these botches, because Charlotte hits her with the big boot at one point. And as you had mentioned, you know, Peyton sold that like she had just gotten shot in the face with a shotgun. Like, you know, she made it look like it was devastating. Then they kind of started to tussle with each other. You know, she starts to make a comeback after getting hit with the 2 count, and they go for like a back suplex attempt, attempt, and it sends her into the second turnbuckle. And then from there, they just kind of get like tied up in the ropes, and so there was a few moments where it worked really well, and then some others where it was like they need a little bit better communication for their timing.
Right. Yeah, I think
also really quick, St. Louis fan said that Jeff Hardy versus Triple H had the exact same ending at No Mercy 2008.
Really? I remember that.
I would not have remembered that myself. So
that's
funny.
Said
that was for the title and everything, but it had the same, swanton into pinfall.
It doesn't bother me because a lot of the wrestlers always do their same spots. You know what really bothers me is guys on the indies that do it over and over again. And listen, I love Teddy Goods. Like, he's like the coolest dude. I love him. He's so good to me, and I enjoy the shit out of him. I think he's like the John Cena of Top Rope. He definitely is. Obviously, he's the champion. He's just fucking awesome. But it's funny because every match he does the same thing. He goes into the corner. He punches the guy 9 times. Then he drops down and goes, oh, and runs off the rope and hits him again, and then they come off the buckle. And then he jumps off the rope again and then goes to hit them, but they always reverse it somehow. Every time. Every match. So it's like, at one point I want to ask him, I want to be like, yo, Teddy, like, do you think maybe you should
Are you
stop?
Gonna learn yet?
Yeah, maybe you should stop doing that 9 punches in the corner and then hit him with the 10th one and then off the rope, because every time they immediately get out of it. So it's almost like they no-sell it. He hits them 10 times in the head, and then they no-sell it and attack him, and he gets hit. And it's like, why don't you need to stop doing that, bro? It's not working.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Like,
tried and true. If it didn't work once, it's not going to work the next time.
And every time I call it on commentary, I feel like embarrassed because I'm like, oh my God, he reversed it. But it's like, we just did this last week and the week before.
Yeah, you know what's coming.
Yeah, so it's like, and I get that, like, so I think, like, and I'm no one to criticize, but I mean, I think that when, he's, goes to Maine or something for the first time, yes, do it. And maybe when you come back somewhere different you haven't been, yes, do it. But not every Brockton show, not every Fall River show, but a lot of indie guys do this. And I go, well, why do you guys do this? It's the same move every time. And, it's similar. Many other guys do it. You see it in regular wrestling all the time. You see, like, Dean Ambrose when he gets punched and then he falls back into the ropes, and you're like, oh, he's going to do that thing where he falls through the rope but comes back and clotheslines the guy. And it's like, he should really save that for every once in a while, because doing it every time is overkill and kills the whole move. But so anyway, back to the original reason. So I think this is cool. Like, every once in a while, pull it out of the they had it scouted.
Yeah, and you figure if it was in 2008, it's No Mercy, that's 10 years ago. So
yeah, nobody remembers that goddamn thing.
No, and I wasn't watching much of that anyways, admittedly. So
yeah.
Andy Wong in the chat made a great point too that I was going to say. Peyton needs to stop screaming. It's getting to Carmella levels. I don't know why some of the females need to scream like banshees in the ring. And I know part of it is when they get so close to the camera, but it detracts from the match overall for me. I mean, they can yell, but they get like that banshee cry. It's just that high pitched squeaking.
It's overkill sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like
I don't like
you
that,
hear them
yeah.
talk in the microphone, and they have a certain tone. It's not audibly high pitched, and then all of a sudden, because they're trying to be so loud and like demanding and domineering, they end up screeching and just it's like nails on a chalkboard.
Well, let's go to the donations, man.
Just Call Me Luke said, you know what it is about Peyton Royce's offense? She does her moves almost like in slow motion, and it comes across as lazy, like Joe's saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And she, like, yeah, it's like she's slow-mowing, moving, and it's like, what are you doing? Fucking hit the person or don't hit them. Like, what in the world are you doing? Go watch her tonight. But, like, when she gets hit and stuff, she can do some really athletic and, like, agile things that I really enjoy. But, like, sometimes she ruins it with her offense. She gets really lazy with her offense.
It just slows to a crawl.
But, yeah, let me drop a couple of these and see what's up. ShiBUM.
Miz will win MITB, cash in on WWE Champion later in the year.
Kind of seems like that, doesn't it?
Bryan will win Rumble or Chamber in 2019. And then we will get Bryan versus Miz for WWE title at WM35.
Wow, millionaire Bruce Wayne dropping the Nostradamus shit on everybody. Billionaire, thank you for the $5 and becoming a $5 ShiBUM. I think he might be right. It feels like Miz might win that Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank tomorrow night on WWE Smackdown.
It's going to be a SmackDown guy. You know, it has to be. No?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I can't see them doing it any other way. So, Miz, I would enjoy him having the briefcase. I also would like Rusev. I think either one of them would be a good person to have it, a little more dynamic.
Yeah, Rusev would be, I mean, either one of those guys, I think we get a pop if they came out to cash in. And definitely Rusev if like a bad dude had the belt. Like, I don't know who, though. You know, I don't know.
Nakamura had the belt and Rusev came out, cashed in, and got it, it could be explosive, especially depending on where they are.
I think it would be more explosive if, and I know this can't happen because they're on different things, but I think it'd be way more explosive if Rusev cashed in on like Roman.
Oh,
imagine that.
Anybody cashing in on Roman, that's guaranteed. Mandy Rose could cash in on Roman and she'd be revered like she was Stone Cold.
The people would really love it if that happened. Like a girl did it. Yeah, they'd be chanting Mandy and freaking out and everything and all kinds of shit. Guys, if you guys want to donate tonight to the show live or do the live reactions, the donation link is down below for Streamlabs. The link is down there. Twitch alerts, donate, live. All the donation amounts are at the bottom, so there's tons of different ones. You guys can look through those. And if you want a super chat, I have super chat enabled right now on Corrupted, so you guys can drop super chats too if you want, or call. We'll take some phone calls now. 339-226-6610. But on to the next thing for Jake, I guess. We'll put Jake in charge of it again.
All right. So after Charlotte defeats Peyton Royce, you know, Charlotte celebrates and they go ahead and they have Daniel Bryan backstage, and Dasha, the robot Fuentes, goes ahead and asks if he's recovered from Cass's attack on Sunday, and this is where he laid down the groundwork for the ending of the Rusev match. He says he's going to have to work through the pain because he wanted to cash in Money in the Bank a second time. You know, he did it in Baltimore, right here where they are tonight, and he wants to prove that the bigger they are, the faster they tap. That's another thing that I still wish they didn't have Daniel tap out Big Cass yet. I feel like that wasn't a great decision for them. I have a hard time in feuds when you make the other person tap out and it's not, a finite moment. It's not the end of a feud.
Yeah.
You're making them, belittle themselves. They're forced to quit. They're forced to tap. So I feel like they blew their load too quick here with Big Cass and Bryan.
It was surprising, I will say that. But if they went with the story that we said, he gets attacked by him, and then I would have thought that's why tonight I thought you would have seen Cass attack Bryan tonight, even if he did lose afterwards, like something. Where was Big Cass? Why wasn't he there? I don't get that.
Because he had to tap out.
Yeah, he ran away. He's fucking looking for John Cena to beat the shit out of him.
Apparently.
But also real quick note, I noticed this. Yeah, they turned Mandy Rose into the Emma. They wanted Emma to be what made it looks like, because they got that whole effect. Her music is weird.
Yeah, the entrance. Some people didn't care for it. Other people loved it. So it was pretty divisive. But they had that kind of like slow-mo where they blurred out like fisheye lens almost, where everything else was blurred and she was the only thing in focus.
Yeah, it was kind of neat.
I thought it was a pretty cool effect that they had done. It's better than the cheesy words on the screen or like the glitter effect that comes down at times for Gold Dust. So the music I wasn't crazy about. Kind of sounded like Lana's theme with a couple of the saxophone notes and stripper-esque, which is okay, but it just sounded too familiar to like Lana and someone else's theme combined.
Somebody else has one that sounds similar too, and I forget who it is. But they've got
it sounded like Lana and someone else's theme mixed together. Maybe somebody in the chat will point it out because I'd have to hear it again to pick up on it. But
what, Leah? Lana. What's Lana?
She has a saxophone.
Yeah, I know Lana has a saxophone, but I mean, there's another person who has it too. And I can't remember who that is. But Mandy, but imagine they just used Emma's old music, the music they got for Emma. Just fuck it. Just here she comes.
Here you go.
It's coming out to Emma's. Here we go.
Like they haven't recycled enough themes before. Here we go.
Dude, that'd be
have her
so
come out to
up.
a different female wrestler and diva each week. Just a different theme every time. There you go. That's how you handle it.
Hey, at least she showed up. At least she showed up.
At least she was there. No wardrobe malfunction like Eva. She was there. She was ready to fight.
Phone lines are open, guys. 339-226-6610. The phone number's over
after
here.
That, we go ahead and we get Xavier Woods and Cesaro's match. Actually, I should go back a little bit before. We had the backstage promo with the bar. I didn't care for it. Sheamus put all the pancakes in Cesaro's, like go bag, and it just did nothing for me. I thought it was pretty cringeworthy. Xavier goes ahead and gets beat up pretty decently here. It wasn't a bad match, but I'm just not about this feud. I'm not feeling it. I don't know if you're in agreement here, but it's not doing it for me. I don't want to see New Day and the Bar take on each other.
I didn't care for it. I walked out of the room and missed most of it.
Yeah, see, and it wasn't that it was a bad match, but there's so much outside interference all the time. Sheamus always gets involved, and of course Biggie and Kofi are going to get involved. That takes away from the overall match. And then on top of it, I had envisioned better and bigger things for the Bar. I thought they would have went right for the SmackDown tag team titles once they weren't unable to capture the Raw titles again. I thought they would head first into the Bludgeon Brothers, and then during that feud, maybe we'd see something like Sanity debut. But
I honestly
would
I just want to see them beat the shit out of each other again. You know what? Just break up and go beat the shit out of each other again. That's what I want to see.
Another best of 7.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's time to end it. But I'd be interested in seeing them fight each other again. But Matt the Misfit's on the phone. What's up, Matt?
Nothing much. I thought SmackDown was a 6 tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'd go. I'd agree.
It's better than Raw, I can tell you that, and Backlash.
Yeah, for sure it is. For sure.
I kind of disagree with you on Charlotte winning, Jake. I don't think she needed that win.
You don't think she needed the win? No,
because she lost her title and then her rematch. She does not need another match, another title match, not for a while at least.
Wait,
yeah, she doesn't need the title match, but this was to go into Money in the Bank, right?
I know. I would have gave it to the newer star in Peyton Royce.
I do think that Peyton Royce, eventually will be on to bigger and better things. Both
because
of them.
You put Charlotte in that match, now you kind of gave away the winner of that match by putting Charlotte in it.
That's the problem, though. They need some veterans.
Maybe not, though.
They need to mix it up. They can't have all new blood, and
they don't always give the Money in the Bank to a face either. I mean, Charlotte could always get it down the line. Charlotte is so over, and so built. Charlotte is so built up that it just doesn't even matter, because anytime she's in a championship match, it's on. So, she cannot win it, and it's okay. And she's just there.
I mean, I'm kind of almost over Charlotte at this point.
I'm not over Charlotte. I've been over the crazy ass over even more than Roman Reigns push that she got.
I kind of just don't like the fact that once again they're using the Flair name to get where she.
No, I don't agree with that. I think she's performed. She's fucking amazing in the ring.
Another thing I thought was kind of weird was so Sanity apparently.
Hey, you better back off.
I think they're gonna hold Sanity off until Money in the Bank.
It seems like it. Yeah, they've already been. They were like they're coming, and then nope.
Which is actually a good idea.
Chaos is coming.
That's actually a good idea, because then you can actually bring in Nikki Cross with them.
Yeah, I mean maybe, but I'm just surprised they didn't show up. Maybe they decided to do that. Maybe they were like, you know what, we got a way better idea with all of them. Let's just hold off. It's weird.
Well, I mean, I had the idea of, since they announced the tag team match next week.
Yeah.
For the Bar, and I had watch Sanity ruin that, and then they announced Almas for next week. Oh, fuck, Sanity's not showing up for sure next week.
I can't believe we haven't had Almas yet. With all those promos, where the fuck
we're
is
getting
he?
We're getting him next week. So
that's gonna be great. I think Almas will be in that Money in the Bank ladder match.
I hope so. That'd be great. They need him. They need something like that.
I absolutely agree with you there. How could they not have him in that?
And then you ask what's next for Nakamura and Styles. I think there's going to be 3 ladder matches. You get the two Money in the Bank ladder matches. I think Nakamura and Styles is going to be a ladder match.
What? What did he say? What? Do
you think Nakamura and Styles is going to be? I remember you said this the other day, but you think it's going to be another ladder match on the Money in the Bank pay-per-view?
If you think about it, it's the only time they can do that ladder match.
What ladder match?
TLC until October. So,
well, I mean, they could always just have a ladder match. They don't have to wait for the branded.
And what was Samoa Joe?
I don't think it'll be a ladder match because there's too many. There's already 2 big ladder matches at Money in the Bank.
I mean, somebody said, why don't they do a last man standing match?
Yes.
That I would be down to see, especially since they've had the count out situation happen
honestly
multiple times now.
As much as that makes sense, it's also ridiculous too, right? Like they both knocked each other down for 10, but now they're gonna have a match where the person that stays down to 10 loses. Like they just proved how that's a flawed thing, so don't do that, But I could see them doing that though because of this. It
almost feels like that's what they're building towards. No?
Yeah, it's weird.
And where's Samoa Joe at?
That is the biggest question of the night. So many people are mad about Samoa Joe.
I was curious myself. Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, we didn't see.
Yeah, really weird. I bet you they're fighting tonight.
It felt like it was lacking some star power for sure.
Anybody know what the dark match was?
Samoa Joe, was it last week? Said that after he beats Roman, he was going to come for whoever won the WWE title. What happened?
Well, I don't know, man.
What the fuck's wrong with these credits?
Well, he got his
know
ass
what they're
beat
doing.
by Roman, so...
Yeah, people left during the match, and I heard a beat the traffic chant. I also heard a Johnny Wrestling chant that night, too.
Yeah, that was the best. Well, the beat the traffic chant was great. There was another one.
Beat the traffic.
Punk chant.
That's so messed up, bro. That's an embarrassment. What an embarrassment that's your main event, and this is what people cheered for. This is what people did. The shot of them leaving, like, you're just fucking... WWE is a mess.
The perfect shot. The match ends. People leave. They caught that shot.
Yeah. How good job, Kevin Dunn, you dumb.
Yeah.
I'm calling
It's
you.
also going around right now that Brock Lesnar might not even have a match at Money in the Bank.
That means Roman Reigns is going to be in that fucking ladder match, isn't he?
How could he have a match?
Right here, Dave Meltzer talked about Lesnar on today's installment of WOR, where he stated that the Universal Champion would not be part of Money in the Bank. He said Lesnar is not wrestling at Money in the Bank pay-per-view for what it's worth.
I thought somebody said somebody said he was wrestling. I
had heard that he was going to wrestle initially.
It was you.
Because, it was I. I'm the culprit.
Fuck.
But now Meltzer is saying the opposite of what everyone else had said. So, I mean, again, my famous line, take it with a grain of salt, but Meltzer says, I thought it would make sense after the Greatest Royal Rumble because obviously he's going to wrestle again. Money in the Bank would be the show, but in fact, it's not. So he's doing another show. He might have agreed to do a deal, and he might have agreed to do a deal until SummerSlam or maybe the July show, but he's not on this one. Tentatively, he's not scheduled for Money in the Bank.
See you at a house show and then SummerSlam.
That fucking sucks. That really does suck. You have a Universal
30 days right there. Strip them the title already.
I know.
No, they don't care.
And they don't care, Anybody else they'll use that stupid bylaw for, but...
Yeah, I mean, I do like that they referenced it with Vince, but unfortunately they tried to build Roman Reigns with it, and that was a dumb mistake.
Yeah, instead of just having it be an issue, they
dude,
really...
You know who this would have worked with? You know who that storyline would have worked with? It would have worked with AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar. If he was like, I'm here every week, I'm the champ that runs the camp, and all Brock Lesnar does is care about UFC and killing deer and stuff like that. And like, he don't care about any of you guys, he never shows up. That would have worked with AJ. People would have cheered like crazy for AJ. It would have fucking killed it. But with Roman, it was just kind of like, yeah, but we hate you too. So this is the main event. Beach balls, and who cares?
Yeah, sadly.
One more thing before I go.
Yes.
Did you? All right. So during the tag match between the Wyatt, Hardy, and stuff, did you catch Michael Cole's line when Wyatt kicked Bo Dallas and said no brotherly love there?
Yeah, I had heard that yesterday. I forgot to comment on that last night.
What the fuck? I'm like, you're not Deadpool. You're not allowed to break the fourth wall, Michael Cole.
I mean, I guess they thought it was funny to say. I don't know, like they're like, hee, but it's
we're not stupid. We know.
Yeah. But just they're a mess over there. It's like they're breaking kayfabe. There's no kayfabe. They expose the business and ruin it. Then wonder why all the fans are critiquing it. Like, I love the post by Kazarian, I think it was the other day, and he was like, "Oh, just sit back and watch." And it's like, well, you guys
when fans were just fans.
Yeah, when fans were just fans. Well, I miss when the business was the business. You fucking, I honestly think Kazarian's a fucking dumbass. I think he's a dumbass for that tweet. He's like, I miss the fans or fans. Well, you ruined the fans, dumb. Like the WWE. I mean, maybe not Kazarian ruined the fans, but the WWE ruined the fans. What are you complaining about? Everyone
they
knows.
peeled the curtain back. They allowed reality TV in and all these extra angles, and and they wonder why.
This is, if anything, you should be like blaming WWE because, like, dude, now the fans are doing what they do when movies come out, dipshit. I mean, hate to be insulting to him to say that. I think he's a great fucking wrestler. He's a great talent. Who the fuck am I? I'm kind of joking, but I mean, like that comment irritates me, man. It's like, dude, no. When Avengers comes out and people love it, guess what? Everybody talks about how they love it, or they didn't like it, or they like this about it, or they should have done this with it.
Don't say anything. I haven't seen the movie.
No, I haven't said anything. Okay. No, I'm not. No. I won't.
Oh, don't say anything.
No, the spoiler video's already up. The spoiler video's already up. Go watch the spoiler video.
I've tried to avoid that as much as I can.
I can't believe you're a fucking asshole though for not seeing it yet. I mean, the day I saw it, it was like too late. Even when I saw it, if I got spoiled, it was my fault. But I
have yet to be spoiled yet. No one has.
Well,
said
what is
anything
wrong? Don't go in the chat because you just, dude. Like seriously, you did. I mean, honestly though, how can you? What the fuck? How have you not seen it?
I plan to see it. Hopefully this weekend.
What the fuck? So, hopefully this weekend.
Hopefully,
dude. You're getting.
You're not going to be feeling too good if you wait any longer. I'm telling you.
Well, let's just say I have a way to watch it if it comes out on DVD. I have a way to kind of not get the DVD.
You're an asshole for not seeing it so far. How dare you fucking tell me not to spoil something that's been out for 2.5 weeks now?
Yep.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Hey, I've done a real good job.
I don't know. People were donating spoilers before it even came
how
out.
The fuck did you not see that? Well, the best thing was I had heard everybody dies. Like people were listing everybody in the whole show. So like by the time I saw it, I had been told that legitimately almost every single character was dead. So it didn't matter. So like if somebody does go, I was thinking, well, fuck it, like because I think everyone's going. So now it doesn't matter. I'm glad everybody did that because if it had just been those first 2 tweets, I would have been like, oh no. But because I heard,
I just take it that whoever or for people in the chat, if they say something, I'll just ignore it and believe when I see it. That's kind of how I have to roll.
Yeah. Well,
I was so upset when Batman died.
Oh man, damn.
Apparently, it's announced that there's going to be a tag team ladder match. I know Michael had said it in the chat. I
don't think so because based on the announcement they made tonight is. If either the New Day or the Bar wins, one member of that team goes in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match,
which is odd, yeah. But
so I don't think they're doing that because if they would, then that's overkill right there.
Would. Sorry.
and the Bobby Lashley thing, I don't know if you know this, but people in the audience did not get to see that promo last night.
Well, good for them. They're lucky.
They had a dark match play. It was the Author's Pain against 2 local competitors. And,
okay.
And that was playing during the promo, and the people in the audience didn't get to see the promo.
Well, they're lucky they didn't see it because it was fucking boring as shit.
Oh my god,
it was horrible.
That was probably the worst thing. That was the worst fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
I have a video up that says WWE ruined Bobby Lashley, and I ranted about it. And I'm telling you, man, go watch that video if you haven't seen it. I mean, I know you guys have, but I mean, other people. And then
they ruined him before he even showed back up.
Oh yeah, I mean, dude, we said it. Like I was talking about it like weeks before he showed up. It was like, dude, he has to come in and make like an impact. Like he needed to come in like crazy and do something nuts. Like maybe even like like Samoa Joe has got Reigns down, and like Reigns. Think about this: like Brock Lesnar's beating up Reigns, and Samoa Joe helped him, and they're like both kind of gonna beat up Reigns. They were trying to paint Lesnar as the bad guy anyway, and then fucking Bobby Lashley comes out and then goes after Samoa Joe, and the next thing you know, it's Samoa Joe versus Bobby Lashley at the next pay-per-view. That would have been better than what they did with him.
They have him go out there and try to bury Elias.
Which I get. He's in a decent spot because Elias is in a great spot where like people, they cheer for him a little bit, but when somebody else interrupts him, there's like a big pop. So WWE is expecting to get that big pop when, I'm Elias.
People booed that Bobby Roode interrupted him last night.
They what? When did they boo him? Oh, when he came out?
I think I heard them boo Bobby Roode last night.
Well, they might have. People are
Rude. You never know.
I feel like it's going to get to that point.
Absolutely is. I thought it would have already been.
I mean, he should have always been a heel, but now he's actually Bobby Roode is getting in a Reigns territory, where it's like, dude, this guy needs to be healed. He just needs to be healed now. What are they doing?
And they're striving so hard to make his finisher the next RKO. I don't know if, I mentioned this a bit last night, but it's so infuriating. They're like, out of nowhere. Oh, the glorious DDT out of nowhere. Like, they have to keep, what a surprise. The glorious DDT.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
I don't
have
think
something.
do that
You
with
have
Black
nothing
Mask.
original about yourself. You have nothing original.
Yeah,
Well,
they
at
don't
least
need
it
to
was
do
a little
that.
bit bearable though when they had him hold the U.S. title on SmackDown. That I could live with. But now
Even that his title reign was extremely lackluster, I felt.
I mean, it was, but I mean, at least it's better than it is now. Now that he's on Raw, I mean, he's just completely ruined.
Yeah, I mean, at least then he had a little bit of a justification behind his, catchphrase. Oh, I'm glorious because I'm the champion. Now you're glorious. Why? Because you wax your chest. Killian Dane tweeted out, "We're coming to purge SmackDown Live. United we purge. #sanity." 51 minutes ago. So I mean, we know they're still coming.
They're gonna get sued.
I don't. Yeah, I know.
Not kidding.
I don't see any update about a tag team Money in the Bank match, but doesn't mean it's not happening. I've heard rumblings, but that's 3 Money in the Bank matches. I mean, so you never know.
Jesus or Jesus. Jesus or Jesus. I don't know which one. Probably Jesus. You're John Cena for one night. Who do you nail next week? Mandy Rose, Billie Kay, or Peyton Royce? Thoughts? I'll tell you right away.
3.
Yeah, all 3.
Since he already nailed Carmella,
it would be Peyton Royce.
Idea we're going with here.
Peyton Royce or Mandy Rose?
Well, I don't know. Billie Kay's
I think Billie Kay is ugly, but that's just her face is all squished together.
I would absolutely choose Mandy Rose there.
I mean, Mandy Rose is like, and probably would be Mandy Rose, but there's something about Peyton Royce though that I like. Like, I don't like the traditional like Barbie blonde looking girls, Like Peyton Royce is a little like, she looks like she'd be a fun time. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
If I could be,
I've never been a blonde man myself, but Mandy Rose.
What was great, especially when Roman Reigns went crazy and pulled out his penis. I like Roman Reigns' penis.
Not hearing these?
My name is Skyler.
Negative.
I thought for sure that when Daniel was doing that promo, that big Cass would attack him there. Glad he wasn't there though, I didn't want to see him. Also, now that Finn is in the MITB match, do you see him winning at all and eventually cashing in? #TrueChamp.
Oh shit, that was your donation, Luke. We'll talk about that in a second.
It was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
All right, here's some money.
We'll talk about it after these.
Let's talk about it after this.
Why is it that the Royal Rumble winner gets to pick what title they fight for regardless of brand? Money in the Bank, they're setting it up that it's used on your brand's title. It should be for either title. That would add suspense to every show.
I don't know if they could do that with it being on separate channels and everything. The Bear, thank you for the donation, Bear. I don't know. I paused the donations. We'll go back to Luke's question in a second, but thank you, Bear, for the donation. What do you think, Jake? I would rather. Honestly, I wish there was 4. I wish there was one for everybody on every fucking thing. I'd take 4 Money in the Bank because it's a year. It's a year. Why not stretch it out? And you know what? I muted you, so hang on a minute. Okay, now go ahead.
Devalued. No, it makes it more exciting. Then we have one on each show, and especially, I'm still laughing about what you did last night. I would love to see Balor win, but who would he cash in on? Like you said, oh my God, it's Finn Balor, and Brock Lesnar's not here again.
Yeah,
that's what we
Finn
would get.
Balor, and you could start doing it as on purpose to like make fun of Lesnar coming out with the money in the briefcase and handing it to the referee. But then the referee's like, "What? He's not here. He's not here." And Balor's like, "Oh, that's right. I forgot." That's a British accent.
This money in the briefcase is for everyone.
Yeah,
it's for everyone. Yeah.
No, I'm Finn Balor. I'm here. Finn Balor's here, and Brock Lesnar's not because he's a bitch. Like it's
because he's a bitch. Yeah.
They just comes
See,
out.
This is again, people shit on me for it, but I don't like Brock. I don't feel like he's worth all the money. I know he brings it in. You've heard it 100 times. But this is the shit that kills me. If he's not going to be at Money in the Bank either,
I'm game with you on that. He had a great fucking match with AJ Styles. You got to give it up for, that's what makes me think like, wow. But sometimes Brock is a piece of shit, like Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to work with Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania. Well, fuck you, bro.
Exactly. You're getting paid. You fucking go out there and do it.
I blame the company, though. I don't blame him. This is
That's because they
fault.
coddle him and they treat him like, the fucking second coming of Christ with wrestling.
Right. That's
you've
their
seen
fault.
It firsthand. I mean, we know this. Vince coddles him.
I don't blame
Brock.
Brock.
Everything he wants.
I don't blame Brock, though. Fucking, if they're going to be idiots and be like, oh,
I don't
you
blame
want.
Brock for it. If you can make yourself that in demand to the point where you're getting $500,000 a night to wrestle and in over $100,000 just to show up and talk, fucking A right. It's not him.
Then what don't you
personally.
like about him then? What don't you like?
It's the fact that they hired him again at all. The way that he's. I don't feel that he's worth the money.
Well, see,
I can't knock the guy for having the hustle to work his way into this position.
I don't care about money
making the money. But
it's not my money, so I don't care. But what I do care about is not seeing the fucking title defended. That's what I don't like.
That's my problem.
What is your problem?
You're
changing your problem.
He's not a company man. He doesn't give two shits
What do you
about
mean he's not a
anybody in the
company
locker
man?
room.
What is wrong with you? What you're changing? You got like 7 different reasons you don't like him, but then you tell me there's one reason why you don't like him. What do you mean he's not a company man? He shows up when he's asked to.
I don't feel like he gives a shit about anybody in the company.
Why?
He doesn't.
Why did he have a great match with AJ Styles? Why did him and Randy Orton decide, hey, cut my whole fucking head open?
I didn't say he couldn't wrestle. I just don't feel like he's worth all the money.
I didn't say you couldn't. You didn't say he couldn't wrestle. You said that he doesn't. Whatever you just said, put effort into the.
That he doesn't give. No, I didn't say he doesn't put effort into his match. I said he doesn't give a shit about anybody else but himself. He's not, he doesn't give a shit about anybody in the locker room.
Well, maybe you're right about that. Maybe he's a little self-centered for sure. He's not a people person. You don't like to, but at the same time, he helped Randy Orton. Why did he help AJ Styles and Randy Orton?
Because it was what he had to do.
And Roman. What do you mean? How do you do?
Wait a minute, though. What
are you saying?
Orton was already over.
Done. Yeah, I mean, Vince told him this is what has to be done.
All right, well then he did it.
The point is,
so you don't. So wait a minute. You don't. So I'm confused though. So you don't like Lesnar because in the locker room, perhaps he doesn't sit with everybody or whatever.
Oh no, it's not him being interpersonal. He doesn't care about wrestling as a whole. To him, it's just a paycheck. It's not a way of life. There's nothing more to it.
So you don't like him because
he doesn't give a shit about the fans. He doesn't give a shit about anybody else and helping anybody else.
You're all over the place.
He's so self-centered.
You're all over the place, dude. You just hate this guy. Like you want to be him or something. Like it's weird. What?
No, I'm not all over the place. It's
no,
that
you
simple.
are.
He only cares about himself. I view him as the most egotistical.
Why did he give a banner to the? Why did he give his wristbands to kids every night when he leaves the ring? If he just cares about himself.
I haven't seen that, but
it was all over the news recently. But he always does it. They're like, oh, yeah, he does this all the time. Why does he go?
Send me a link.
At the end of the show, not recently. Why did he give the kid a high five? And he broke kayfabe basically. And was like, hey, gave the kid a high five. I mean, what he shows up for stuff. I mean, he
has to.
So then all the wrestlers have to. So every wrestler doesn't care because they have to just show up. So they have to show up.
I feel like they love the business. I don't feel like he loves the business. Who cares? I feel like he loves the paycheck.
Who cares if he doesn't?
Because it shows in his matches.
So now you're going back to his matches. So now you're saying that it's his matches. He had a great match with AJ Styles.
It's not just one.
He had a great match with AJ Styles.
Okay, one good match with AJ Styles.
And
wait a minute though.
He tried?
To that point,
he had a good match with Goldberg.
And I didn't think it was that great. And I think AJ's the one that did everything in that match.
Agreed.
Dude, I just think that
I don't think it was Brock. I think it was AJ.
Well, that's
sold
true.
Like a son of a bitch.
I agree. He had great chemistry. So like, there's value to me there. But I don't like him.
See the chemistry. I think AJ just did it all. You put AJ in the ring with me, still looks like $1 million.
That was one of my favorite AJ matches. I mean, some of my other ones were like with Cena, Owens, and Roman.
I mean, I don't see it that way. I don't think he's done anything that is that entertaining.
What about
you get 3 or 4 suplexes and an F5?
Well, yeah, I agree. I mean, there's many matches.
I'm not disillusional either.
But that's not what you started with. So like it's weird, dude. Like listen to what you said at the beginning of this. We just went all over the place. You hate everything about him. Basically, just say that. I hate everything about Lesnar. Just say that. That's why I don't like him.
I never said I didn't.
Okay, well that's what it is. You hate everything about Lesnar. That's what it is.
I feel like he doesn't care for wrestling. To him, it's just a job.
It's true.
As where everybody else wants to be there. They want to wrestle. They want to go out. They want to entertain. They want to they want to make this more
you don't think
bigger than life, larger than life.
But you don't think. But But either way, did he not like die the other day through a cage and land on the back of his head and get fucking clobbered like in that match? So
yeah, he went through a cage
and smashed his head on the floor. I mean, like, you know, and then they busted open Reigns at WrestleMania. I mean, like, I didn't like the match that much at all. But
so you don't like the match, then why defend it?
I'm not defending it. I'm just defending the fact that you're saying, like, well, I don't like Lesnar because he doesn't care or whatever.
He's a shitty wrestler. He's an overhyped, overpaid wrestler. I think
he's a horrible champion
for doping and been suspended multiple times. He would have just preferred to be in the UFC.
I think he's
that's kind of the narrative.
I hate the way he's booked. I don't like the way he's booked as a champion. But he serves a purpose. Like, the people fucking numbers go up with Lesnar. There's more interest with Lesnar. He's a sort of a spectacle. I get that. I like that.
I've never denied that fact. I don't see
what
it
are
myself.
You denying? I'm so confused.
I'm not a dumbass. I know he brings in money. To me, I just don't see why people enjoy him or like him.
I don't know. Well,
I find him boring. I find him... If he didn't have Paul Heyman behind him, he'd really be fucked. He can't speak. He sounds like a pterodactyl on the microphone.
That's true.
So he needs a mouthpiece.
Hey, and I'm not even a big Lesnar guy.
I give credit to Roman with the Hickory Dickory Dock promo than what Brock does on the mic.
Well, I disagree with that. I think Lesnar, when he gets on the mic, sometimes is pretty goddamn interesting. Like when he says, like, John Cena got piss running down his leg and shit like that. That stuff was awesome.
I don't see it.
You don't see that when he says John Cena, you know, there's something running down his leg, it's piss. Like, you didn't think that was a good promo?
That was good. The one line was good, but the promo sucked.
What else did he say in the promo?
Exactly. If you don't remember,
I remember that, though. I couldn't tell you almost anybody else's promos.
You know, and that's the thing. He gets one good line, or, you know, again, the Roman effect, he's able to swear.
Yeah, that's true. He gets the crutch like Roman, but he still does more with it. Like, at least that, it feels like he's going to break your fucking legs. When Roman says stuff, I'm just like, this is a joke.
Yeah, because we also know the you know, backstage politics of it all, too.
Well, when Roman's talking...
It's hard to put the, you know, to differentiate.
I'm not a big, by the way, I am not a big Lesnar fan. So it's ridiculous that I have to even defend him right now. I just think that I'm confused.
No, you're playing devil's advocate. I get that entirely.
Yeah.
I don't like him. I don't care for him. I feel like he's, you know, I understand he's playing a character. I get that. I just feel like he would rather be somewhere else, but he can't at this point. So he's here. He's getting the money that I don't feel he deserves.
Yeah.
He takes spots away from people that deserve it, that earn it. And like I said, I respect the fact that he got himself into such a good contract. You can't deny that, there, you know. But I don't see any justification for it whatsoever.
Oh, if Lesnar wasn't
he
here,
sandbags all these matches time after time. You know, we see him. I can't recall last time besides AJ that it's been over 9 or 10 minutes.
What?
You know,
how long was his matches with Roman recently?
With WrestleMania aside. You know, anytime we get any other pay-per-view.
Well, I mean, it's like 4 months before his other matches.
That's the problem.
No, there's
Great
a lot
Balls
of
Fire,
every
Survivor
time.
Series.
No, that is the problem. That's what I'm trying to say. That is the problem. How he's booked is the problem. But you're coming up with all these other problems. I don't think these are other problems. The problem is the Universal Champion shows up every 3 months or 4 months to have a fucking 8 to 15
a shitty match.
Well, no, 8 to 15 minute match. They're not always shitty.
Usually, 1 out of every 4 matches is good.
That's probably true. Okay, but that's true with everybody.
So that's a 25% rating. That's shit.
That's about everybody, other than Rollins and AJ Styles, probably.
I don't feel that way with a lot of people. That they're always shit matches.
I don't know. Not too many good ones out there. I enjoyed. So I mean, what I could tell you I enjoyed was AJ and Brock and Brock and Goldberg at WrestleMania because it was short and sweet. They didn't fucking have, you know, Lesnar do the lumbering around shit. I think his Roman Reigns matches aren't very good, and that's because Roman sucks too. So you put two guys.
Because Roman can't carry him. I think you just like the AJ match so much because AJ carried Brock.
Well, I like the AJ and Roman match too because he carried Roman.
Because AJ carried, it all comes back to AJ being the star.
Yeah, because if you get a guy like AJ who, you know, basically 70% of the match was AJ. If AJ can be a 10 for 70% of the match and Lesnar or Roman can be the 3 out of 10, then you got yourself a fucking 10. You got yourself usually a pretty good match. It's just Roman has to be pretty good, as best as he can be, and then AJ has to be pretty good, and then you're gonna have a good match. And yeah, that's true. It really is true. Like Diesel, fucking Kevin Nash. I hated all his matches except for the one with Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels and him at WrestleMania 11 was great. You know what I mean? Like, and I know that's part, but it does take two people to fucking tango. And Lesnar's match with Goldberg at WrestleMania Lesnar's match with Goldberg at WrestleMania was tailored to both of them, and that's why I liked it, because it was just smash mouth and then it was over, and I'm cool with that. You don't see that often that he has such a quick match, but the matches I hated from Lesnar are like, I didn't like the Randy Orton one because those guys are boring.
Him and Cena, him and Dean, him and Braun, him and Samoa Joe.
Him and Dean was pathetic. It was like he hated life that day.
Him and Orton.
Yeah, well, yeah, I said him and Orton. Him and Orton was terrible. He busts him open great. He's bleeding everywhere. Roman Reigns, he's bleeding everywhere.
Everything. So essentially, the only good matches, was him and AJ, and then the short but rock hard match with Goldberg.
And if anybody else remembers another one, let me know. But right now that's about it.
Since what? He came back 2012, and since then we've named off.
I mean, he might have had one or two other ones I just don't remember. Like his Undertaker match was one of them was good, I think.
The SummerSlam one was good.
Yeah,
the SummerSlam one was okay.
Oh, I thought it was entertaining as all hell, but then again, I'm one of the biggest Undertaker fans in all the world.
I love the Dead Man, and even I was rather disappointed. But I have to be a realist too. The Undertaker was, not in a great state then either. I think he's a little bit healthier now than he was then with his hips and everything. I think their WrestleMania 30 match would have been much better had he not gotten concussed so early on.
Yeah,
truthfully, that just sandbagged everything. I think they would have had a good match that night because they had rehearsed it. Undertaker has his own. We heard that has his own ring.
Nice.
So I don't know, but I think that would have been a lot better.
Well, shit. Since you heard it, let's play him because we're behind. Here we go.
Shit bum.
All right.
Hey Joe, what happened to the Usos? Talk about a 180.
Okay, so I missed the Usos tonight. Mike Daniels, thank you for the $5, becoming a $5 shit bum.
They turned them turned them from heel to face, kind of. And look at that. They're pretty much erased from SmackDown.
Good job, guys. I didn't see them tonight.
No, they tried to force them into an angle for Total Divas with Naomi again. And she was out of it, but they want to bring her back.
Oh, yeah, and we didn't.
Stars
Bludgeon Brothers never broke her trophy into pieces. Why didn't they go with that? What the fuck?
They didn't do anything. They never got any retribution on her.
What a mess. What a waste. TSOB Gaming, thank you for subbing to the channel. What's up?
People saying Brock and Punk. Yeah, Brock and Punk was decent because of Punk. Brock versus AJ. We already said that, Renegade Joe Compton. We said Brock versus AJ about 19 times, and that's because of AJ.
But, I mean, who cares? I mean, CM Punk versus Brock, if it was good, I mean, it was good. CM Punk versus many people was not good. I'm not a huge fan of
Del
CM
Rio
Punk.
wasn't great. Him and Ryback was a mess. Him and Big Show was a shit show. Him and Orton sucked. Him and Cena was gold. I like that.
CM Punk and Undertaker was exciting that night, but I go back and watch it, and it's like, eh.
Well, wait a minute. That promo that they built up to that WrestleMania between him and Taker, you
epic.
cannot deny that was one of the better built matches on the card.
No, that's what I just said. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was like leading up to it, that match had so much hype that it was
yes, it did.
It was really good that night. It wasn't Shawn Michaels, but it was right below that. And then after watching it back now, I'm kind of like, whatever. It's pretty.
I actually believed for a small point that Punk was going to be the one to break the streak.
Me too. I did too.
Well, he thought he was gonna. He really did think in real life that he was gonna.
Well, because they told him.
Yeah.
At one point, we were going to have you do it, and then they took it away from him.
And good thing they didn't, because then Punk would be gone anyway. So
I wonder if he wouldn't have left though if he had broken the streak.
I don't know. He might have. He was
being. If he broke the streak, maybe the year after he would have been able to main event Mania. Had they given him that main event at Mania at 30 or 29, even with him and Undertaker, I don't think he would have left the company. But at least not for a few years.
You know what though? If he had been a little less combative backstage, he may have gotten himself in that position or into a better position eventually, because Seth Rollins is essentially in that position. Is in the same position as CM Punk. But I'm willing to bet Seth Rollins does a little politic in the back. But I'm willing to bet he also, once he says his piece, he gets in line like a soldier and moves on. And Seth Rollins will be rewarded for that moving forward. But CM Punk was always putting up fights. And
yeah, he was held back deliberately.
Because Rollins has been held back. You could say Rollins was held back similar to how Punk was. But Rollins isn't putting the knife to their throat in the back. You know what I mean? So that's the example of what happens if you just be patient. Now, I admit after a while, if you're patient, you move up the steps, though. Punk was moving up the rungs, man. He was given the title, one of the longest current WWE World Championship run of like anybody ever, like in the last 20 years or whatever it was. And it's like, dude, that's a huge stepping stone. So when you get pushed back a little bit and you get Kane or whatever the fuck, and then you get Triple H at WrestleMania, and they tell you, well, that is a main event. Well, you got to realize that you're getting a spotlight. They know they have to find you a good spotlight. They're not just shoving you in there with Dingleberry Jones. So take your spotlight with Triple H this year, and guess what? Next year, maybe you'll be back on top. Maybe next year you'll be breaking the Undertaker streak, and then maybe the year after that, you'll become the champion again and you'll be the biggest guy in the company. Maybe. But instead, it was press, and he finally bailed, and he didn't like that spot, and that's probably an insult to Triple H, probably an insult to everybody there, and he'd already been bitching, and then that's it, they're done. Kane pulls him out in the Rumble, and then he leaves.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he said goodbye.
So you know what I mean?
But like you said, there's some people that if they prove their loyalty, look at Rusev. He's trying to hold out, and he's made some mistakes along the way. He kind of reminds me of a Punk because he's a bit outspoken.
But did he? And
outside of the company.
How much of that is real?
Trouble.
How much of that do you think is real? Because like he's still here, right? But it's like was he about to go CM Punk on everybody, or did they jump in and say, no, we really like you, please stay, or is it all kayfabe? We don't really know.
We don't know. I would love to see that behind the scenes a bit more.
But
no kidding.
We know that it's been done to other people like Cody Rhodes and many other people where they're like, no, please stay. Like they don't want you to, and it's weird to hear that. Many guys have said like they were like, please no, stay or whatever, and they offered me like another contract or more of this or more of that. And it's like, wow, this is somebody we thought they didn't care about. And then the guy was going to leave, and then they didn't just say, good, get the hell out of here. They legitimately, because they do to some people, here, just get out of here. But then you find out with these people that, no, they offered them something, and then they took it. Like Dolph Ziggler, although, we don't even know what's up with him. They said $1 million contract. He says that's not real. But look at Kevin Owens. Everybody was just talking the other day about, oh, man, Owens is fucked. It seems like they bailed on Owens, and they just really treat him like shit. Well, he just got a 5-year contract. So Kevin Owens just signs a 5-year contract a couple days ago. So
good on him. He certainly deserves it.
And you know what about that? The thing about that is, even if he stopped wrestling in 3 years, or if his wrestling career ever started getting stagnant or whatever, I think a major reason why they gave him the 5 years is because they just know he can almost do anything. He can talk, he can wrestle, he can just do so many different goddamn things. And if he ever got hurt or something, they could still get their money's worth because they'll put him on commentary.
Yeah, he's so multifaceted and talented. Like you said, they can move him anywhere, and they can even have him producing matches and be okay.
Oh yeah, he's one of the most versatile people that they have, and it's great.
Yeah, and a lot of people feel like they jumped in with Rusev. So
yeah.
I in the chat,
it feels like
Rick Bad Boy and others. It certainly seems that way.
Finally, too.
Yeah.
Like, finally, it felt like they were giving him the Daniel Bryan no sell. Like, okay, people cheering for you. Give him a T-shirt and whatever, and we'll move on. We'll make our money off it and then move on and don't ruin Roman stuff. And now it feels like maybe they really are going to push him a little bit. Khalil Bama just dropped a super chat. Said, "You hear Corey call Jeff Captain Unicorn?"
Yes.
Yes.
That was good. Yeah,
that was pretty goddamn funny. That is funny shit.
Sparkle baby.
Man, he looked like, or he sounded like he was about to have an orgasm for Mandy Rose. I mean, obviously that's,
Yeah, he's like, you shut your mouth.
You shut your mouth, Saxton. This is amazing.
This is great.
God.
not often you see a goddess like he was going out of his mind.
Yeah,
that's why I was happy that Mandy Rose beat Becky Lynch, because I honestly thought Becky was going to win here since Charlotte already won, and we were going to see, the old guard all be involved in the Money in the Bank match. So once we saw Mandy step up, I was like, oh, wow, this is interesting. And then I also heard, not too long ago that her and Sonya are not going to be together much longer. They're going to have that Mandy's supposed to be getting a bit more of a push, and I can believe that. She seems to be a bit more over than Sonya Deville. So possibly Sonya Deville gets involved
tonight.
Yeah, they certainly seem to do so, and so I'm thinking that may be true. Now we see Sonya get either her chance in Money in the Bank, and they turn on each other in the match, or she doesn't qualify, and that leads to dissension between the two. So I mean, they have options going forward. But I appreciate that they let her win. Unfortunately, it was over Becky. I think Becky's more in need of the briefcase than Charlotte ever could be. But
that I can agree with. I feel so bad for Becky. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. When she had that dark match, we were like, "What the fuck is she? What the fuck are they doing with her?" And now all of a sudden they have her on this losing streak. Like, what the hell?
I mean, I guess it's one of those things where, like, hey, let's tell a story. She's in the dumps anyway, so let's use this to get everybody else over, put her in the dumps, and then she'll have her comeback. And I think that's what they're going to go with. And if they do, I'm not worried. I'm actually not worried, because I think that it's part of her story that will result in her having a comeback, and I think that's kind of interesting in a way. So
yeah, but at whose expense?
Well, at hers.
That's the problem. If it's at Charlotte's expense, I don't see that. I don't see that happening.
No, I mean, she'll beat one of these mid-card women. That will be the thing. Like, she'll beat a mid-card woman, or at the pay-per-view she'll beat her or whatever. Yeah, but it won't be, she beat Charlotte or whatever. I think they tried. They gave her, some time. She was pretty popular. Remember at one point when, by the time Bayley and Sasha and everybody got there, at one point Becky was being cheered for louder than anybody else. And we were like, what the fuck is going on? She's like the third woman in, and she's the one that's over? Like, what happened to Sasha? And now that they've used Becky a few times to get other people over, she's losing some of her luster. She's lost a lot of her luster. And it's like, man, they just keep killing their own creations. It's like Vince with NWO here. Like, and I'm not kidding, dude. They have killed their own shit so much. They have turned women that could have been 8, 9, or 10s all into like 6s, and it's their literally their own fault, and it's weird. It's dude.
As for what you were saying about Charlotte and her veteran presence being in this ladder match, and how you guys were saying that not necessarily new people have to, it has to be all new people. Wait a minute. Yeah. What about NXT? I mean, if NXT could get over with the young talent that they have, or the so-called young talent that they have, and it's more over than the current main rosters, then how can they not have a new, all new cast of people for this ladder match? I don't think they need Charlotte in this match. I agree with some of the people in the chat and some of the people that have called in saying that I don't think she needs this push. I mean, she's so over anyway.
Though. It's not a push. I mean, sometimes there's goofy fucks in these matches who are like lower mid-carders, and they're there to make the match better because of chemistry and their abilities. So no, I completely disagree. I think she has to be in it because her wrestling ability in these things, she's going to make this match way more entertaining. Without Charlotte, the match is less entertaining. There's not going to be 6 women that are going to make this more entertaining than Charlotte. So she is if she's not the champion, to me, she's a no-brainer to be in it. I'm not saying I want her to win or whatever, but she's going to make the match better. She has to. There's no way she won't make this match better.
Excuse me, Mr. Cronin, but where has Asuka been?
That too.
She did something.
Seriously, I've heard that 100 times, and it's like, God knows.
No, well, they fucked her up too. She's another one.
Her too. And someone in the chat said that this wasn't a qualifier for Money in the Bank. Backstage, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville talked and said they can both end up in Money in the Bank, and then Paige walked up and said she banned Sonya from ringside.
Yeah.
So I was under the assumption that this was qualifying.
I don't know if it was, but you got to put Charlotte's got to be in it. She's too good.
That's at least the way they built it. So
this is one of those things too where she can definitely lose and not lose because she's not getting pinned. So she's You just have to have her in this thing, man. That's why they had her on SmackDown tonight doing her fucking flip off the top rope, which is I love it every time she does it. I almost don't know. I don't know why she does it every time now. I think that, whatever. But she's gonna go up on a ladder and do it. She's gonna go up on a fucking ladder at the show and do some crazy shit off the top of a ladder. Charlotte Flair, Ric Flair wouldn't have done that. And she's good, man. Like she really is. Like
she's fantastic, and that's the thing too. Becky's great as well.
Well, I don't know. I'm not as good as Charlotte in the ring. I don't think.
No, Charlotte is definitely a few notches above her, but I think Becky deserves better as well. A case could be made for both of them to be in the match. Certainly.
They gave Becky the belt at one point. It was all right. I haven't been blown away by any Becky Lynch matches. Have you? What match? You know what I mean? What matches have Becky had that you were like, oh, damn?
Her and Charlotte did well together at one point, but yeah, there's nothing that like jumps out. Her and Alexa was good. Her and Mickie James had a few good matches, but
NXT matches.
Yeah, NXT. Yeah, everybody
to go back.
Everybody was great in NXT. This ain't NXT.
That's the problem.
Sucks. Everybody was great. If you wanted to rank NXT matches, you're talking Bayley and Sasha. Bayley, Sasha, everybody else drops down below that. Bayley, Sasha, Charlotte, and then Becky. That's the list. And then
even Natalya, who I don't really care for, did fantastic when she faced Charlotte in NXT, when she had Brett in her corner and Rick was in the other corner.
Yeah, that was a great moment.
That was a great match.
And then
Age of Alistair on Twitter is a gigantic Becky fan, and he is losing his mind. He's like, on what planet should Becky be losing to a porn star disguised as a wrestler?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Andy Rhodes. He's like, because Earth ain't it. And I was like, kudos. I see your passion.
Wait a minute. What about Ember and Asuka just lately in NXT before they got called up?
They were okay.
They had a match at one of the NXT takeovers that stole the freaking show.
I don't know. They were all right, but they didn't tear it. They were good, but they were on the lower end of the women, after the other women, because they were starting to the women used to steal the whole show. But I don't think that Ember Moon and Asuka did as well as the previous women. They did well. They were good, but it wasn't nobody beat Sasha and Bayley. Nobody beat that.
Yeah.
If you can find someone that could, it would suck your ass, and they haven't.
What do you feel like the bar high for the first Iron Women match?
What?
I was say, do you think they set the bar too high to begin with the women in NXT?
No.
Having Sasha and Bayley do the first Iron Women match in all of history and having, that set the bar?
No, I
think their first match at the Brooklyn TakeOver was better than the Iron Woman match.
Yeah, the Iron Woman match was like a gimmick, and it was pretty good. It was like only, I would say 0.5, like it was like a half a point below, or at least a point below. It was just below of it. It was good, though. I think the finish was a little lackluster, but the match was pretty damn good. It was really good. I really loved both, but no, I don't think the bar was set high. I think stuff was happening, and they rode with they rode the momentum. That's why NXT was so good. It was like, well, this is working. Let's do this more. Let's do this now. Let's do that, and they kept riding the momentum. You can't do that on the main roster because 70% of the crowd is fucking stupid. So the people are just like, oh, what's going on? Oh, and then WWE feeds them horse shit. So you're never gonna recreate what they're doing in NXT. Because the fans are stupid and the WWE dumbs them down. The WWE dumbs the fans down into dumb shit. So you'll never get the reaction that you'll get in NXT if you even have that good match. And it seems like they never give them the big matches. They don't do it. But look at Seth and The Miz. Seth and The Miz the other day. What did casuals say about that? What did casuals say about the show? Did you have people saying that Roman and Joe was better than Miz and Seth? What were people saying?
Oh, God, I hope not.
I don't know. I honestly don't know the answer to that. I would like to know. But if you had casuals and everybody else saying like, "Oh man, the Miz and Seth, I loved that match. Wow, that was crazy. It was like the best match of the year." Like if you had casuals saying that wouldn't normally you wouldn't think would say that, then that tells you right there they need to do what NXT does.
Because people were ranting and raving. They even said it on Raw. Oh, people were saying it should be match of the year. Early contender, and it is true. A lot of people were very high on that match, us included.
And to me, it still wasn't because NXT TakeOver, that opening ladder match was the best match of the year, maybe.
You think the ladder match? See, I still think Gargano and Ciampa.
I think that match, if that match had blood, I would have jizzed on myself. That was a feud that they. I'm so mad about that. They should have had blood in that match. That there's every once in a while. Adam Cole said it best recently, not that long ago, on a podcast about when you really need blood sometimes, and especially in a blood feud, like where it's crazy.
Literal blood feud with them. Christ.
Yeah, that match, honestly,
should have cut into him and
dude,
caused blood.
They should have cut him, and when he was pulling that thing across his face, he should have been bleeding, or somebody should have been bleeding.
Yeah, and the knee brace and all that. Johnny Gargano and Almas was an amazing match.
Oh yeah, dude, and I mean, dude, everything.
That was breathtaking at times. I was holding my breath with some of the shit that they were doing.
If anybody's depressed, just go back and watch that match. You won't be depressed anymore. So fucking good. I mean, that whole night, that whole takeover, that was one of the best. That was like, what do we say, the top 3 best takeovers all time? That was the top 3. I mean, you could argue about which 3 was the best one. That was definitely in the top 3 takeovers. And we're talking about, we're what, 3 years? We're 3 years into talking about takeover, and they just keep topping them. So you asked the question a minute ago, did they go too far and like set the bar too high? Well, multiple times over the last 4 years, we thought they set the bar too high with TakeOver. We kept saying, like, well, they're never going to get to... This is the honeymoon period. They're never going to get back to this. Well, they keep doing it. They keep either topping it or tying it or getting at least close enough that we don't notice. So, God damn it, ride the fucking wave and keep riding that motherfucker. But on the
they don't set the bar. They are the bar.
But on the main roster, they're kind of like, hey, set the bar and let's go cruise control. And that's what you get. You get fucking women who were at their best ever. You built somebody up to be an 8, 9, or 10, and you brought them up to a roster, and you started them at a 6. It would literally be like if like a fucking NASCAR. You were like, hey, your car can go 300 miles per hour. Like, this is crazy. All right, we'll set everything the same, so on the race, we're going to go 300. But then for some reason, you tinker around with it before the race, and then the car goes 250. And you're like, and you lose the race. And you just say, why did you fuck around with the car when it was going to go faster than everybody else's? We knew we had the fastest car, and why would we pulled first? Why would you change shit? And that's the question you could ask Vince McMahon, and his answer would be, fucking who gives a fuck or something. I don't know what it would be.
I run the company, asshole. Who let you in here? Where's my applesauce?
Where's my apple?
Where's Roman to throw you out?
No, his answer would be like, why is Kevin Dunn's dick in my mouth? By the way, on Patreon, my interview with our buddy Justin Credible, he talks about what he thought about Mr. Bucktooth, and so that is very interesting.
I'm curious to hear what he has to say about Kevin Dunn.
By the way, also got to shout out Doc Marco. He increased his Patreon from $2 to $10 a month. So Doc Marco, thank you, son. Son.
Damn.
Son.
Thank you, son. Said that Asuka beat Sonya tonight in a dark match before the show fucking started.
Oh, my God.
Wait, what?
What?
God. Why?
By the way,
oops.
That literally just pissed me off.
You guys thought we were live? The cameras weren't on. God damn it, Bill. And they're fucking... What a fucking joke it is.
Let me play some of these. Or do we play them all? Yeah, I played them all. Thank you, Mike Daniels, and everybody else who's been supporting with donations tonight. Luke, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for the donation earlier. And what do you, anything you want to say before you go?
Yeah, one last thing. With Almas going to be coming up, I saw someone in the chat suggest that if he's not in Money in the Bank or in the ladder match itself, that he would go for the U.S. title against Hardy. What do you guys think of that? If it's not for the Money in the Bank ladder match, that he's automatically put in for the U.S. title, or he earns his spot for the U.S. title, and let's say he wins it.
Yeah, maybe Zelina Vega fucks around and he gets the title.
Yeah, that would be funny as hell.
God damn it,
I saw that in the chat, and I thought I'd throw that out there because you guys had mentioned Almas just a minute ago.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with him. I think I'd like him to be in Ricochet's spot at TakeOver. How Ricochet came into that ladder match and really spiced it up, and he didn't win, but he looked awesome. So I would like seeing Almas to come in and sort of make that ladder match a little better. and then move on from there. That's.
I hope these shows next week are good because we're going to get them obviously tape delayed. So the spoilers will be out hours before. So hopefully
that's in London. Yep.
Yeah, hopefully they're extra caliente, and enjoyable.
Oh boy.
Well, I think at least with the London crowd, it'll be better.
Yeah, I mean, when they go over there, the crowds are always very receptive because they're hardcore fans that wait, all year long to see this. So.
Well, listen, Luke, thank you, bro, for calling. I'll run through a couple real quick. When 252's on the phone, what's up?
Hey, I just enjoyed the Smackdown show, but I was calling because you had two questions you were asking about Mandy Rose theme music.
Mm-hmm.
One of you were talking about was Oksana.
Oh, Oksana. Yeah, I remember that now.
That's it.
Yeah.
Bingo. Thank you.
And the other question is, you were talking about, has anybody crossed brands with the briefcase? Back in 2007, Edge jumped from Raw to SmackDown and cashed in on The Undertaker.
Oh,
that's right.
That's interesting. I forgot about that. That's interesting, yeah. So, but yeah, because he... Oh, in that... Imagine that, dude. Imagine if the guy came out, so the guy on SmackDown wins it, then he just shows up on Raw with the briefcase, comes down and cashes it in, and then... the next day or right after that, the GM comes out and is like, I signed him the other day or whatever. We had a trade or whatever, and nobody knew about it. But I wonder if people would be really angry about that though,
Ain't dumber than everything else to do.
Yeah. Right. Good shit, man. Thank you for the call. I tried to take 870's call, but they hung up. But anyway, fuck it, dude. Let's bail. Let's get out of here. Is there anything we didn't cover first before we get out of here and we give our ratings, and then we'll play some Fortnite?
No, that was the whole show. We went right into the match with Rusev and Daniel Bryan. After that, Carmella's gonna have her Melevation whatever celebration next week. It's gonna be bigger than the British royal wedding.
Melevation,
whatever the hell it is. Yeah. Again, an enjoyable night. Not bad at all. Certainly past the time. Better than what we've gotten, again.
Yeah.
I think.
I say better than what we got. I give it a 5.5. I was all right.
I was at about a 6 myself, yeah. I enjoyed both the opening and closing matches a lot, so.
Hey, we got Tony on the phone. What's up, Tony?
Not much, Joe. Feeling like my ass just got ran over by a bulldozer.
Oh, shit. What happened?
And pretty much so taking care of a lot of things around the house earlier today. But anyway, as of last night, though, I love the ending of last night's Raw, though. When I saw Jinder Mahal grab Roman Reigns and trip him on his feet, I was like, thank you, Jinder, because I did not want Roman Reigns to win that match.
Yeah. People were pissed, dude.
Did you guys hear about the fact that WWE confiscated someone's anti-Roman Reigns sign?
Yeah, wasn't it like Noman Reigns or No Reigns?
No, Woman Reigns. It was like Woman Reigns. Yeah.
Woman Reigns, yeah.
Woman Reigns, yeah.
Woman.
What's up with that? What's up with them? They confiscated the Saudi Arabia or the thing that said we allow women or whatever, and then they confiscated the woman sign. Yeah, dude, they are like Roman Reigns is like a small Italian guy from New York's penis. If you make seriously, like. I have heard that if you make fun of small Italian guys from New York, like their penises, they just lose their mind, is what I hear. If you just any Italian guy from New York who has a small dick, like they have crazy dick fear. They'll fucking flip out. They'll try to censor you, try to delete your shit. They'll try to sue you. All kinds of shit if you say anything about a guy. And I'm not talking about their dick. I'm just saying about the person. If you say anything about any of these people, anybody from New York who's a small Italian guy, any of them, there's a lot of them, they'll freak out. They'll try to censor you. They'll try to fucking build up against you. They'll just even if you just say like, hey, I don't like that guy's voice, they'll be like, oh, they'll try to censor you. It's the same thing with Roman. Roman is like, it's like, oh my God, you said woman Reigns? We're going to take your fucking sign. Oh my God, you said this.
Out. They can't accept reality.
Oh God, you just gotta freak out.
Yeah, they got to be a bunch of bitches. Like, what the fuck are they doing? Being on a robot enhancement penis pump?
Yeah, dude, it's really weird. Like, dude, how fucking self-conscious are they that they have to take a sign that says "Woman Reigns." Like, you can't. What the fuck? You took that sign? How sad are you?
Babies.
You are a baby,
Bunch of
WWE.
babies.
They are babies. And anybody's a baby, dude. You can't take a little criticism. You can't be criticized. Nobody can say a bad word about you. You can say all kinds of bad stuff about everybody else. You can attack people. You can slander people. You can do whatever you want. But if you say one little thing about them, oh no, they're going to censor you. Like, come on, man. You are pathetic, WWE. You're pathetic. And you're just like fucking small Italian men from New York. Okay? Fucking, what'd you say about my mother? What'd you say? They're all the fucking same. You see them in the movies all the time. That's why those gangsters are always killing people. And I can say that because I'm 30% Italian. But I don't know. I must have missed that gene. I don't know what it is. But anyway, Jake, let's get the fuck out of here. Anything you want to say?
Yeah, last thing I wanted to bring up before, but Raw's viewership last night dropped almost 13% from last week. It went from a 3.06 to a 2.68.
Oh, someone said it's Sicilian ones. Oh, maybe it is Sicilian ones.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Wait a minute. Tell me about the rate. What were you saying about the ratings? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the Raw rating went down 13% just from last week, at the lowest of 2018 and a few other points too.
Get ready. It's going to continue.
It's down to a 2.69.
Oh, my God. A 2.6 fucking 9 WWE.
Yeah, it's 2.689, but I'm rounding.
Watch what happens. It's going to keep going down.
And the first hour is usually when they have like the spike. So the average was 2.689.
Unreal.
The first hour was only a 2.78. So it didn't even start like higher and then drop. It just pretty much stayed the same.
Listen, Broken Lion just asked if we thought Miz would win. We actually talked about this already, Broken Lion. But Broken, thank you for the $5 super chat, motherfucker. We're about to play Fortnite, by the way, so stick around, guys, for Fortnite and PUBG. But yeah, we said this is a high probability. I think we're on the ball where we think it could be Rusev, could be Miz, could be your mom's uncle's jizz. I mean, yeah, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't know.
I mean, it certainly kind of writes itself, with either one of them, and it with Brock no showing, as we discussed earlier, in lengthy detail. I think it certainly kind of makes sense for a SmackDown star to win it.
Yeah, and you would really think SmackDown, because otherwise, again, like we said, it doesn't make any. But here's the thing, though. If they were going to do a cash in on Brock, they could. They'll just do it when they do it. They won't care. You just won't see the person. But it would be ridiculous because
someone said like, oh, Raw kind of needs it because with the Universal Champion not being there, at least if you have the briefcase holder, it's kind of like having an interim champion. And I was like, yeah, but the whole suspense of him having the briefcase is null and void because there's no one for him to cash in on. So
there's a rare amount of times that you can think, oh, maybe there'll be a cash in, or what will really happen is every time Lesnar's out there, you'll be like, oh, there might be a cash in, because
maybe they'll have a Raw female superstar win it, and that'll cover their bases, and SmackDown the men will get it that way.
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's that there's 6 to 8 appearances a year. Like, so there's those are the only chances that you're going to see a cash in or something. So it's really fucking ridiculous when you look at it. It's like, what the fuck?
It's pretty nonsensical, There's only so many spots. Also, quick little side note, Table for Three, I really like the show on the network. They have quite a big list coming up. Jeff Jarrett, Elias, and Road Dogg have an episode coming out together. I think that's going to be interesting. Trish, Lita, and Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Edge and Christian with Matt and Jeff. That'll be fun no matter what. And then they have DDP, Kevin Nash, and Ric Flair together. That could go one of two ways. That could either be a drunken nonsense brawl, or it could be really interesting. So
I am shocked that DDP doesn't have a show on the network yet, because DDP works with so many wrestlers now and so many things. Why not why not even have DDP do it? Because he's got his own camera guys. Why not have him shoot for DDP Yoga's Daily or the Life DDP Yoga story, whatever. And then just follow him around and shoot a reality show about like him helping people and the DDP yoga, and hey, we're getting a call from this guy, he's in trouble, send somebody there. And it's almost like it's a reality show. So it's like when Justin Credible is all jacked up like he was the other day, and he's like, hey, I really fucked up, and then like DDP's like, you need to pay attention to what you're doing. You know, you could be like, DDP could get on the phone to somebody and be like, dude, I need you to go check out Justin Credible and make sure he's okay and check in with him and blah, blah, blah. And then the guy flies there and he fucking hangs out with Justin Credible. They shoot that and they edit it into the episode and put that on the network. I don't know. I feel like that would do pretty good. Maybe it won't. Maybe it wouldn't. But I just thought it would be all right.
Yeah, I think it would for him to go and, you know, everybody that he's helped along the way. I think it'd be interesting.
He kind of does it on his, at least he used to do it on his YouTube channel where like he did some pretty good stuff. Like all the documentary with Jake and the stuff with Jake and the other things with everybody, you know, but
he was even working with Boogie for a little bit too.
Yeah, and like put all that sort of stuff. Anybody he works with, whatever he does, just put it on there. Boogie didn't do shit. I mean, he tried to help him, but you know, I told him that Boogie should have had that surgery, and then he should have just said it was DDP yoga, and he paid him a bunch of money. You know,
and then he could have done some of the exercises.
They scam everybody, you know.
I followed some of them, and I've been able to do, you know, some minor stuff, and it's amazing how you can become that much more agile and limber for a big guy. You know, just by following some of the steps.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, like
it does work. It absolutely is effective.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Like I'll tell you, man. Like cardio is huge too. Like cardio is a big deal, and you can do cardio a whole bunch of ways. Like you could be, like I've gotten the drum kit working, right? And so like I've been down there. I'm losing weight because of the drum kit. I haven't started really running or anything yet. I'm
a lot of calisthenics with that, you know.
Yeah, dude. Dude, I was playing I played 3 songs in a row. And I actually, this is how out of shape I am. I was playing 3 songs in a row, and I stopped the 3rd song, and I went, and I was like doing that, and I said, I go, oh my God, like I'm kind of getting short of breath. And I was like, I need to stop. I need to take a break. Dude, I needed to take a break from my 3rd fucking drumming song. I was just playing along 3 songs, just practicing. 3rd one, I was out of breath. That's how fucked up I am. Like how stupidly out of shape I am. So like, you know, a normal person sit there, but just to get your heart going, it's so important. And when you go and do that, when you're done, when you're on your 3rd song, I started feeling like, even though I was tired, I was drinking water, and I started feeling like, hey, maybe I'll run now, you know? And then I kind of did, and then I was like, I'll go out and play basketball. So the reason why I got the drums was because every time you go to run or you think about running, you're like, oh, I don't want to do that. But I'll go down and play drums, and that gets your heartbeat going, and then you start thinking, oh, now I kind of want to run. Where I didn't.
Yeah, because if you keep your heart above a certain rate, you know, usually above 125 or 30 beats per minute, you go ahead and, you know, that circulation invigorates your body, gives you energy, and burns more calories. And, you know,
there's multiple things. There's multiple things that happen. First of all, your brain starts like producing the endorphins and things like that, so you start feeling pretty good. The second thing is, you get your blood flowing and you start feeling better again. But also the third thing is when you start putting your body in motion, like what's the thing? Your body stays in motion, you stay at rest, you stay at rest. So if you start doing that and distracting yourself and you're getting in shape, it just moves to the next step, man. And the next thing you know, you're running around the block. And then when you're done running around the block, your reward to yourself might be, well, I'm going to sit back down at the drums and play some more. And when I follow that pattern, I'm losing weight. And then doing that makes me feel good about myself, and I start thinking I'm going to eat less because of this. And then I do that. And so now I've only lost 6 pounds, but that's a lot. I'm on my way. I need to lose 30 or 40, but I've lost 6, and that's better than what I would have been at. So everybody out there found that thing that got their heart going, that got them kind of moving, that wasn't exercise. If you hate exercise, you would be a whole hell of a lot better off. Like you said, but yoga does that. If you start doing the yoga, but I know people that can't even they're like, I'm bored, I can't do it, whatever. So I definitely recommend electronic drums though.
With all the pain that I'm in and whatnot, you know, it's hard for me to move and bend certain ways, obviously. And I'm actually able to now like do full squats to the ground without having to balance or anything. Like I can get down low, and I was like, for a big guy, everyone's like, holy shit, you know, it makes a difference. And the way he has you do it, there's less pain involved, especially with the breathing techniques. And so, I mean, if you're thinking you want to get back into shape, definitely check it out.
When I get to 30, I want to lose 30 pounds. If I lose 30 pounds, that's when I'll hit. People are saying hit the weights, Joe. I'll hit the weights when I lose 30. So once I've lost 30 pounds, then I promised myself that I would start lifting weights. So, but right now I'm not going to start lifting weights now for the most part. So, because then I'll start building muscle on top of the fat that's still there, and then that will just turn into, it won't look like I'm losing weight. So I want to wait to get to 30 pounds less. I'll be at 190, 188 if that happens, and then I can start lifting weights. All right, fuck it. Let's play some Fortnite. I'm done. I'm giving it a 5.5 tonight. Jake gave it a 6, I think.
Yep.
And, yeah, shit, let's go, man. Who's down? Gravy wanted to play, so Gravy hit us up. And then, I don't know if Moon or Gravy's buddy is playing, but whoever's there first, I suppose.
Yeah. Sounds like fun. I downloaded the update. I don't know if you have
shit.
it.
I didn't do that. Is there an
It's
update?
small, so.
Okay.
Not New York small, but small, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A lot of
You'll be
people
able
out
to
there.
fit it. All right, I'll catch you online in a minute.
All right, here we go.
Let's do this.
Eat this cock. Guys, thank you for listening. You guys can stick around for a few. We'll be live. And I'll be going live on Twitch in a minute, too. So just make sure you're there for that. Let me see if I can get this.
Not
blah, 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 blah.
In a minute.
All right. Let's see here.
Let's do this.
Guys, thank you. All right. So, yeah, guys, we're going to be live on Twitch as well. So we're going to be, ending the stream at some point. So make sure you guys come over to the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Joe Cronin JCS. And, let me just see. I guess we're playing Fortnite first. So I suck at Fortnite. So anybody that's like, Joe's okay at PUBG. He gets, 1, 2, or 3 kills a game, maybe 4 or 5 sometimes. Or sometimes whatever. None. I don't know. But I definitely I suck dick at Fortnite. So don't shit on. Where is Fortnite? Where the fuck is it? Why is Fortnite missing? Oh, there it is. Oh my god, they changed the thing and I couldn't fucking find it. What'd you say, Leah? Why are you playing it? Because they got the Infinity Wars thing. You can fucking be Thanos.
Yeah, but I heard they were, and I don't know if they already have, nerfing him.
They're nerfing him?
Yeah. They may have already done it.
Really? Fuck that. Fuck you for nerfing Thanos. I call him Thanos. Like Thanos. Like, not Thanos. Like he fans. Fans his mother's pussy. That was fucked up. That was inappropriate. Alright. I gotta join Jake's party. You're gross. You do that all the time, but you're telling me I'm gross? It's grosser when a girl does it. Fucking girl. What the fuck is wrong with me? All right, let me go to Twitch here. Let me gotta load Twitch up. Twitch ain't up yet, so let me see. Blah 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 blah. Plus my remember guys, my podcast with Onision's gonna be up on Patreon later. Also, my podcast with Just Incredible is going to be up there as well. We'll be releasing it on YouTube in the next coming week or so, but it's up on Patreon earlier for all you guys. So make sure you check that shit out. Let me see. Holy shit, is that loud? Hey, I was right, guys. Remember yesterday I said there's going to be 200,000 people watching? I was right. 200,000 people are watching Fortnite right now. Bam. Nailed it. Nailed that shit.
Eat my shit. My name is Ryback. Eat my shit. Ryan Reeves. I am Ryan Reeves.
finish it. This fucking music sucks, bro. I'm gonna kill myself. Please make this music stop. Thank God. Oh my God, make this music stop. I want to punch myself in the face. Gravy, you changed your logo?
Alright, so I got banned because the logo that I had my homeboy got arrested like for taking pictures with a gun, but it was like people made memes out of it. So somebody made him with a cowboy hat on, acting like Woody, and Xbox decided to ban me for it. So.
Oh, dude, that's crazy. What are you doing up?
Hi, honey bunnies.
Guys, what are you doing up?
What are you doing up, he said.
Wait for that little door. Oh my God, my daughter's up. What the hell? Dude, I want to kill myself. How do I shut this music off? Oh my God. Shut up.
Yeah, go to settings.
Where the hell is settings?
Press your start button.
Oh my God.
Then go right to the gear cog.
Yep. I shut mine off.
Oh my God, dude, I'm gonna end myself.
I can't deal with it.
Oh my God.
So how was wrestling tonight? I actually fucking went to sleep at like 6, 7 o'clock, so I didn't get a chance to watch it. What happened?
What the hell?
Daniel Bryan lost to Rusev, so Rusev's in the Money in the Bank.
Okay.
The Miz beat Jeff Hardy, so he's in the Money in the Bank.
Alright.
Mandy Rose beat Becky Lynch, so she's in the Money in the Bank.
What is going on?
Why are they
what
burying
the hell?
like that?
Why isn't this saving?
I'm trying to see your
Shut it off?
No, you have to hit Y.
Oh my God,
you gotta hit
Christ.
Y, Joe, yeah.
Oh my God, I already hate this game. I already hate it. I'm already mad.
How do I invite everybody in this? I don't remember.
I just invited you guys. It should be the same as anything else.
There we go.
Alright.
Where's D Moon? I thought Moon wanted to play. Oh, there's Moon.
Get in here, Moon.
What the fuck?
There's Gravy, rocking out.
Oh wait, Joe.
Hey, how do you turn off the music?
Yeah, dude, I just said the same thing. I want to kill myself to this music.
Dude, this fucking music is so goddamn
Dude,
annoying,
wicked
dude.
irritating.
It's so gay. Sorry if I offend anybody.
You really
I'm half
apologize.
gay, so now I'm upset.
Sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
Veronica's not here right now, Joe.
What?
Veronica's not here right now.
Yeah, I'll call Veronica up. She'll come over and just do everybody. Are we live yet? I'm not live on Twitch, am I? Shit. Nope.
I don't know, babe. Did he go live on Twitch?
I am now. Okay, I just went live on Twitch.
Oh,
Everybody.
he is now, so I gotta go watch it on Twitch. Better off watching him on Twitch.
Sorry, guys. I'm going to Twitch now. Everybody get over there because you don't want to miss it. Or you'll be upset.
It's gonna be a party.
Twitch, baby.
Twitch. I want to twerk. I want to twerk on your face. Get your mother in my bathroom, ready to oh.
So fucking gay.
Why am I hitting ready? Huh? We ready, right?
That
Moon,
that Thanos
you got the battle
mode
pass
is
mode?
like single, right?
No, you can play one. You can play by yourself. Duos. You can't play threes, but you can play fours.
Who live yet?
Yeah, you just got to give it time. It'll load it.
That Thanos thing in every mode, or is it just in
Like a specific
No, it's only
solo mode?
the gauntlet. The gauntlet mode, right?
I haven't played it.
I thought it's only single player.
Is it only on? It's only in solo.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Oh, then what the hell is the point of this?
I played it earlier. It was pretty dope. When you're Thanos, but then everything else sucks.
Oh man. So we're playing this for no reason, right? Is that what you're telling me? It says new mode available, but
oh man,
that's it though. So there's no point. So there's no point in playing this, really.
Yeah. Basically.
Oh man, how stupid is that? Well, I guess we'll just play anyway for a few, but that's dumb, dude.
It shows you're like, fuck.
Well, that's why I'm reading right now. It's supposed to be where you can do it still in groups, I thought, but from what I was reading.
You're a mess.
Oh, probably. I don't know. I didn't see it.
You're a mess.
In any other mode.
Go, Bert, let's go.
I'm gonna suck at landing in this because I'm all screwed up. Where do you want to go?
Over where purple is. If you think you can't make it, just keep tapping on A. Like spam tap it.
Is that your
Renegade, Renegade, thanks for hosting me, bro. And Glorious Eugene, what's up? Yeah, that's my daughter. She's awake. What do you? Where's Mom? What are you doing? Get off the chair. Get off the chair. Off the chair now. You need to go to bed. Get off the chair.
You got company?
Yeah,
there's a few people
in
in this
people
town.
here regardless. Motherfucker.
Okay, cool.
Come on, bro. How the hell you one bullet me?
Are you dead?
Yeah, you shot me right in the head.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah.
I can't even land.
Oh no, Joe!
Wow,
shit.
What are they shooting at?
Even with me being the guy.
Joe came in there with axes blazing.
Wow,
yeah,
that was cool.
Holy shit, that's why we stopped playing.
Now you know why we stopped playing Fortnite, yep. This game's stupid, dude. Every time I fucking land, this happens. It's like you land and you die. I hate this game, dude. I want to kill somebody. Already, I want to kill somebody. Like I want to choke somebody.
Who's the party leader?
I think it's me.
Before we ready up,
It's me.
who's the party leader? All right,
Joe.
see where it says new modes available?
I can't.
Is there a way to change?
I canceled matchmaking. I don't know why it's still spinning.
Yeah, yep, see, it goes solo, duo, squads, and then Infinity Gauntlet is solo.
Oh yeah, okay.
Motherfucker. See, they said you could do it. I guess maybe it's coming. But I watched the thing and it said 4 people.
Blop.
You dirty, rotten
Maybe it is in
scoundrels.
this. Because the way it is, like, when you start that one off, as soon as you start, there's like a circle already. And I guess that's where it tells you where the gauntlet is going to launch. And it just randomly appears from the sky. But, I don't know. I haven't tried it in
Alright, we
squads.
are live on Twitch, guys, so just so you know. I'm leaving YouTube, we're going to Twitch. So, guys, we'll see you on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Joe Cronin JCS. The link is below, I believe. Come over to Twitch. Joe Cronin JCS. Lick my balls. Thank you guys, good night. That was fucking raging.
I played earlier, and I
like over there, like by the Lonely Lodge.
Yeah,
to our left.
let's do it. I
Lonely.
almost took my controller to my damn TV earlier.
What's up with her? Leah, what did she want? What did she want? Leah? She asked me for a drink. Okay. Yeah, H1Z1 was out, yeah, first, but it's just, yeah, I don't know, I couldn't get it to run very good on my computer, and I think that's when it died for me. Oh man, this is gonna be a tough one.
You can't run PUBG on your computer either, Joe?
What?
No, PUBG needs to work.
PUBG,
but H1 won't work?
PUBG, no, it wouldn't work on my old computer. I have a better one now, but my old computer was when H1 was out. I couldn't run it. Yeah, it would just like freeze on a screen. There's a lot of activity in this area.
Oh, and calling audible, go far right more.
Yeah, this is awful. Okay. There's a lot of people.
It's like a small little house right here with all these people, see?
Where are you guys?
Alright, you just passed me, Joe. Turn right. Now left.
That's where I was going.
Of course, bro. I'm going to play PUBG after this. I'm not playing this game.
Gravy, you're supposed to be our, like, fucking savior.
Yeah, what the fuck, huh?
Yeah,
you're supposed to be the Fortnite motherfucker.
I'm getting shot from behind.
Thought you were gonna be like Ninja getting shit.
If I can, if I could land somewhere and get a gun right away and not an RPG. I don't even know why people are landing over there. There's no challenges for to land in Lonely Lodge.
Oh shit! I got contact.
Yeah, I still don't have a gun either. Oh fuck.
Everybody's fucked now.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
I would run right now, Moon, if you can.
Oh, here he comes. He's coming with a gun.
Where is he?
Right here. He killed me. Oh, he's got a good gun. We're fucked. I tried to beat him again with the axe. Died again with the axe. Yeah, fuck this fucking game. Dude, fuck this game and the fucking asshole.
I got a revolver and it ain't working.
Oh, I died.
Is the test server still open?
Yo, I downloaded that, by the way, if you guys want to play that.
Dude, I'm making making the name of my fucking thing. PUBG is better than Fortnite. I'm making that my name. That was...
Wait, so we backed out, right?
Yeah.
I'm just going to see if the test server is open.
Yeah, let me know if it's open. I went into the regular game, but if that's open, I'll bail and we'll do this.
Shit. I know how to download that fucking thing. If it's open.
You just go to the marketplace and search PUBG test.
Eat my ass.
And it'll download.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do right now.
I just drank my dinner. It was delicious. Fucking spinach.
How was your doctor today? Did you get seen right away, or?
No, I had to wait. And the waiting room was like 30 people deep. Didn't help that Danny missed the bus this morning. I was like, just don't be late, okay? And then she was in the bathroom. I'm like, there's your bus. She's like, really? I'm like, come on! I had to bring her to school, so I got there a few minutes late. And it's definitely broken on the side of my ankle. And they won't do surgery because I'm not an athlete. That was their direct words, yet again. I was like, what does that matter? They're like, oh, well, you just, hopefully you can wait and heal it rather than have to risk anything for surgery. Okay.
Yeah, that's why they didn't give me a CT scan for my fucking concussion. If I'd been, although I was playing hockey, but if I'd been an athlete, they probably would have been like, oh, CT him and check everything.
I know it's test server's offline. I know it's more of a risk because of the weight. I'm not retarded, but what's today? Today's the 7th, right?
Yeah, it's your
test server connection times. May 5th through May 7th, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Pacific.
Fucking
so it should be open till 2, but it says it's offline.
Who the fuck wants blue fucking pants? What the fuck?
So they're sending me to physical therapy, and they told me to stay off of it, don't walk on it for 2 to 3 weeks. and they put me in like a really weird brace.
Oh, really?
Not a boot, thankfully, but a brace. But they're
I
like,
know
don't
what
walk on it.
It's
Don't
got air in
drive,
it, right?
Don't move. No, this one actually. I'll show you a picture of it after the fact. It's looks like a elastic ace bandage that you have to slide your foot into. It's the shape of a foot. It's like the ones that you would have to pump air into, like the splint cast.
Yeah,
but it's got straps that go all the way around it, and it makes your foot immobile, holding it in place. And then you can slide your
What the hell
dick
did
in
you
it.
say, Joe? Oh, put your dick in it.